There we go. Cool.
If someone wouldn't mind dropping the link in the Discord, I would greatly appreciate it.
I'll just copy the tweet.
I need to get some more water. Possibly a snack.
I follow your channel on Inspiral, so it automatically comes up in the self promotion.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is rather handy.
Oh, you can set auto updates in the
auto update. Yeah.
I need to figure that out. I am shameful.
Just follow it. Just go to a different Discord and follow it.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
I'll put it in general.
That'll be good. Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna go get some water and maybe a yogurt.
Yeah,
I'm kind of running low on snacks. I have like food, but not as many snacks. Yogurt it is.
I'm currently getting out dice other than the D20 because it occurred to me, oh, combat might happen. I might need something other than...
Yeah. I just got my metal dice out. Can't find any others off the hand, but these are terrible, really. I don't like metal dice anyway, really. I don't know why I bought them.
I like them, but we have a glass table, so there are no on there.
Amazing.
I clearly need to just get a really good dice tray.
My dice tray has unicorns and castles on it.
Yes!
I saw a set with like koi carp inside. I really want them.
Oh.
Little tiny mini little plastic koi carp. They're beautiful. And like some like under lake reeds and stuff. That's definitely my jam. I want them. Starbuck
Yeah, from
is designing my dice 2.0 at the moment. She got 3D printed like dice D6s with like Josh's knot work all around them. And like a grail symbol in place of the 6. So like
that's cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
When they bring, and they're a little bit oversized for children as well. So they're not traditional like tiny D6s. They're slightly bigger. So I think they'll shift really well when the game comes out. Hopefully on her store rather.
And here we go.
That's awesome. Can't wait to see that.
Cool.
It's gonna be amazing.
I'll send you some free ones.
Yeah!
Yay! Celebration for free goodies, and also hello! We are live. Hello, lovely.
I'm getting all my bad rolls out now.
Scribblers, yeah, get your bad rolls out of the way. I may not have all of my writing journals, but I do have all of my dice. Priorities. I can't go without my clicky-clacky math rocks.
Yes.
Yes, hello everyone. I'm not even gonna make a joke for how this is my first stream of the day. Welcome back. I am happy to be back. I was streaming. Wow.
Streaming? Girlflings.
I was doing a streamling in outer space, saving the galaxy from bad people.
Are young scribblers called scribblings?
They are now.
Scribblings.
That's
actually
adorable.
Quite cool. Actually, that's really nice. Actually,
Oh,
really sweet.
It dawned on me how cool that is.
I normally call them like little scribbles, but
Scribblers.
scribbling is adorable. Oh, okay. If there are any wee scribblings out there,
That's so cute.
we love you. I loved you before, but love you more. That's wonderful. Hello, everyone. I hope you're as excited as we are to be back within the wilds of Monair on the next stage of this adventure. Yeah, this is pretty good. We've got a full crew tonight. It's been a couple of sessions. It's been a little while since we... What? No, because we had like we had an Inspirals stream for our last
Right.
scheduled session,
Character
which was
creation, yeah.
awesome. Had some
That's fun.
very, very cool character creation, learned a little bit more about the world. I created my character for this upcoming campaign, which is going to be good. I think we've got a session 0 next week. Question.
Hopefully, yeah, that'd be brilliant.
Is that going to be an off-stream session 0, or would you like to potentially stream parts of it?
No, we should stream it, I think. Definitely.
Okay. You want to do that next Thursday? I noticed
Yeah,
you chose Thursday.
that'd be awesome.
All right, so next Thursday we're going to stream the session 0 for our upcoming Inspiriles actual play as well. GM'd by our very own Hatchling DM, creator of the beautiful world of Inspiriles. I'm getting some promotion out of the way at the beginning of the stream apparently tonight. I'm all backwards. Honestly, like being
I'll do it later then.
being in quarantine has been like, I've got a little bit of cabin fever. I'm going a little crazy today. Going a little bit nuts. But it's okay. I've got my water for hydration. I've got some honey yogurt.
Ooh, that's nice.
Or
That's
Greek
just
yogurt with honey
disappearing.
that's disappearing into the ether.
Oh wow.
Ethereal yogurt. So yeah, I'm excited for this evening. I know that we caught up a little bit before we actually went live, sort of, but like, what have you guys been up to? I don't know. I haven't really asked that. I know we've got a lot of different stuff going on.
What, like in real life?
Yeah.
In real life.
Yeah. or in virtual life.
Or in,
I became a Spectre today for
maybe
for
it's-
the Citadel Council. So, I mean, I feel pretty accomplished.
That's cool.
I suppose they are different things at this point, aren't they? Like your virtual life and your...
They kind of blur
real
together,
interaction.
though. I mean,
Yeah.
what I would consider, like, the things I do in Mass Effect and video games my virtual life, but I wouldn't
Right.
necessarily consider this virtual life.
This is real life.
Is this the real
Is it,
life?
though? Is it?
Is it just fantasy?
I
We
think
could do,
it's-
we could do that song with these windows.
Oh, we could!
Oh my god!
that
What?
can be like a Patreon tier.
Yeah, the Patreon tier. see the extended footage.
Yeah.
If we
Of,
get 5
Bohemian
new
Rhapsody.
subscribers tonight,
Iyastera Bard Jam.
we will have an Iyastera Bard Jam.
Amazing. There we
Is
go.
every? I don't want to sign everyone up for this. Are we all in agreement?
I'm game.
Oh yeah, I'm game.
Okay. Is
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody?
Oh no.
Amazing.
This is gonna be a thing. All right. If we get
Bohemian
5 new
Recorded.
subscribers this evening,
That's happening.
this will happen. Not a resubscrible, although I love you resubscribers. You're absolutely amazing. But if we bring 5 new people into the Scribble Hug, Scribbleverse, Scribblings,
Scribblings community.
then we will have a Bard Jam led by
Nice.
Mom, because it was your idea to do it with the videos.
I'm just looking at the Zoom call and it's so perfectly, like the windows are so
really
perfectly
is.
matched,
Oh,
like
it's so
linked
good.
up.
So there you go. We have a random reward. A random in-stream reward tonight. Just because. That'll be good. Okay. Yeah. I guess should we begin?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Oh gosh. Oh
I
gosh.
missed it. I missed the
So,
world of Iyastera.
we need to do a little bit of a recap.
We sure
Then.
do.
How far back of a recap do we need? Let me pull up my notes. Here. So, last session, after more or less recovering from the rather tumultuous first introduction of new companion, at least for now, Fenn, the party decided to continue on with their journey, ultimately trying to reach the port town, the smaller fishing village of Felbray, in hopes of finding passage to eventually take them to Yokul. You wanted to go back to the Athenium. Well, back to the Athenium in your case, Kendis. to try to determine, this is not the appropriate kind of music, to try to determine, yeah, sure, that works, the true origin and the true nature of this strange device that had been planted deep within the roots of the mother tree in the Glenfarren Spring, wreaking havoc on the natural ecosystem and the magical balance within the Glenfarren forest and those who lived within it. So you hope that the Athenium will hopefully hold some answers, although Kendis, based on the manner in which you left the Athenium, it is yet to be seen how you may be received should you return, if and when you return.
So excited to go back.
That'll be an interesting thing. Oh, happy family reunion, right?
Yay! All these people who hate me.
I think the hatred was more directed towards them from you.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
that'll certainly be an interesting reunion when it does happen. And surely that is going to be lingering in the back of your mind as you have passed through Willow Grove, one of the trading posts along the large river Marne that mostly bisects the continent, the kingdom of Monair. After a quick shopping side quest with a very charming, very eclectic second-hand shop of sundries, in which both Marlowe and Fenn did pick up some rather interesting items. Do you remember what you gained? From
Frog on a log.
Frog on a log!
Frog on a log. I think this is going to be something we have to actually create now.
Yes.
Frog on a log. If we get 10 new subscribers, we'll make Frog on a log happen.
Okay, I would like to contribute to that.
emote.
Yeah.
Can I draw us a frog?
You want to
thing.
illustrate our canon Frog on a Log book of poems?
Okay.
Frog on a log.
It could be a sticker sheet.
Oh my god, that would be so cute.
I love sticker sheets and I love frogs.
Look at this. Look at us coming up with
Creative
all these
minds
amazing
altogether.
ideas. This is what happens when we come back all together. This makes me so happy. Okay, so we've got Bohemian Rhapsody. We've got Frog on a Log sticker sheet. This is going to be amazing. I'm dead serious about this. These things are going to happen.
Am I?
Okay, so yes.
I picked up
This forest ain't good enough for the both of us.
this log ain't big enough for the both of us.
Ooh, so you were able to gather very interesting things from this secondhand shop of sundries. Marlowe, what did you get?
A bunch of compass parts. I think I got. I think I also picked up a working compass.
You did?
I know it. Oh, candles! The magic candles that
That's right.
no one knows what they do, but
Ooh.
like, they gave them to me because they're like, yeah, here you go. They don't smell like anything.
I lit one and I don't know what it does.
Like one of them was a little used.
Yeah, one of them is partially melted. I believe, was it 2 or 3 of these almost translucent pillar candles?
Yeah, because like I had detected that there was some sort of magic, but like unsure what.
Well, no, you were able to detect magic, but you don't know what exactly they do, but you were able to determine the nature of the magic, right?
Potentially.
It should have been.
Did we ever get to that? Did we actually get that far with them?
Perhaps
I
not.
thought you were going to take them and then we're going to investigate them later. I don't know.
What
So
was
yeah, I mean, because Kendis wasn't in the shop with us, so maybe just Marlowe was waiting to ask Kendis. Kendis would know.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that was gonna be my follow-up.
That's what it
suggestion.
would have been.
But
What's
yeah,
up, Family
I've
Fantasy RPG?
pocketed them along with the spider and also the book. I'm just kind of like pocketing all these arcane things
Yeah, totally.
casually.
Yes. You have
But
lots of things.
Bomb is getting to the end of his little carving that you can put the spider inside.
Good.
And
Oh, that's right.
see
Yeah.
it. Yeah, so
Very
he's very, very much nearly completed that
Fenn
work.
doesn't know about the spider though.
No.
No.
No, of course not. No.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
Book, not spider.
which will be very interesting as you continue to travel together. You picked up your bits and pieces from the shop, and you gained passage across the river with a Captain Arlo, whom, Marlowe, you have met before from your previous days down in Port Farage. So Arlo decided to retire and opted for the more calm, but still somewhat nautical life of a riverboat captain, ferrying people across, transporting goods for trade, so on and so forth. So you were able to make it to the other side of the Marne without a hitch. A little bit of, for all of you, welcome respite from the exciting first foray into your grand adventure after leaving Glenferra. You've decided to bypass the city, or not the city, the town, the larger town of Capal, in favor of taking a more direct route through the hills, the more rugged wildlands of western Monair that will eventually lead you to Felbray. You stopped for the evening on the outskirts of those hills, getting a little bit more rest before venturing into the wilds. And Fenn, you did take this path initially. I can't remember, did you stop at Capal, or did you just continue straight through?
I did not. I was afraid that the people pursuing me would find me in the town.
Yes, so that was probably wise. Unfortunately, they did eventually find you, but that has now been dealt with. You remember that there are dangers within the hills. Of course, you have the wildlife, you have things of that nature, but there were a few moments where you were traveling, stealing just a couple of hours of sleep where you could, stumbling through the darkness, through these winding, rocky paths through these hills as well, that you heard sounds within the night. But thankfully you kept moving and you didn't attract too much attention on that journey. But the night passed without any sort of mishap. You all wake up the next morning rested, although with the worrying sight of some darkening clouds overhead rolling in from the coast, from the distant coast over the hills. Is there anything you would wish to do or discuss while you break camp? Or is there anything you would wish to do before you break camp and you enter the hills? Anything you would have done in the evening?
Like I said, Bond would have continued to carve his concealing item, and he probably would have asked, on finishing it, Marlowe to place the spider inside. And he would have put lacquer over the top of it to seal it inside. If Marlowe wished to do that.
I would have waited until Fenn wasn't paying attention or had turned or had gone to sleep or something.
Absolutely, yeah. Bomb's not that daft. I mean, he is daft. He's not that daft.
It's okay, Mom. You've got this. So, there aren't too many places to hide necessarily. You're not really in a cluster of trees or anything like that. How would you go about doing this?
It would have been like Marlowe, look at the sculpture I've done. They were going to sell it at the port, type thing, and then have a very casual conversation, and Bond would have been as kind of deceptive as he possibly can be. He's learnt a few things about that. He's learnt a few sort of techniques and failed most of the time, but like he's starting to get a little bit better at lying and kind of covering things.
I would have asked,
but he knows when to be serious. He knows when
I would
to
have
be
asked Kendis to pull Fenn aside, being that Fenn has traveled this way before, and ask if there is anything we should look out for or keep an eye on.
Yeah, for sure. I'd totally be the distraction. Yeah, would anything have come from that conversation, Fenn? Any useful?
Yeah, that's a question. How much in terms of? I mean, I assume I didn't have any like big, dangerous encounters on my journey in terms of face to face with stuff, but in terms of hearing sounds, seeing tracks, that kind of thing, would I have been able to identify any specifics of things there?
For this one, I would like you to go ahead and make an intelligence check to see how much you would have been able to retroactively recall, because you were fleeing.
That's a 16.
Not bad. Not bad. So, you remember the odd couple of wolves here and there, some general wildlife that you might find in hill country. You also recall passing by a couple of wanderers, like travelers' posts. Just smaller, kind of lean-to, ramshackle places. Not quite a watchtower, but just resting points where people could stop while they are traversing through the hills. You probably would have stopped at one of them, just very shortly, very temporarily. They're very barren. It was probably a day's journey from here, from this point, for that one. You don't know how many there are, but you do know that there are some scattered throughout. You also know that there are a number of caves and caverns as you go deeper into the hills. The footing is going to be a bit tricky in places. These hills, the way you are taking, is not very well traveled. There's a little bit more of a defined path through the hills, a trail through the hills, if you were to leave from Capal to find your way through. But you would have to kind of go a little bit farther south to catch that one. So it would be up to all of you how you would want to go. It should take just over 2 days travel, walking through these paths, through these trails, to get to where you need to go.
So I'll relay all of this to Kendis.
Yeah. Cool. And by this point, I guess this is long enough for you two to have done the
Yeah,
box.
it didn't take long.
Oh,
I've
no.
carved it in such a way that it fits kind of like perfectly, so it doesn't move at all or anything.
The
There's
work
no,
of a
like,
master
bomb in the-
timbersmith.
Does the bag have like a strap or some means to like attach it to wear it as like keep it close to your person, or do you just put it in a bag?
What, the sculpture?
Yeah.
No, it's strapped to my back, literally strapped to my skin, because like I usually carry the logs for carving on my back. So it's the same deal. It's basically against my skin.
Would you like to describe the sculpture? I don't think we've had a full description of what it looks like.
It was including Aerad. It was the four of us in a kind of like a motif, I suppose, so to speak.
Oh, like it's a box.
It's like a
Like a
kind of
sculpted box?
a block basically, with like a hollow interior, where you could slide the spider inside, and it would kind of like meld into the sort of shape of it.
Okay.
So I carved it in such a way that it would slide inside, and then it would be very difficult to get it back out without breaking the sculpture, which I presume that I can only work out how to do that.
Mm-hmm. It's like a very
So it's
intricate
at the same
puzzle
time
box
as
almost.
it's like a puzzle box type of thing, and
Yeah.
so it protects it in a number of ways.
Okay.
Like a weird arcane piggy bank.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. But it is a rendition of us, all four of us,
Oh.
kind of in a pose.
And
Cool.
it is beautiful. Very beautiful. That's like an extreme version of a friendship bracelet. I feel like.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Like, y'all are my best friends. Let me create this elaborate wooden carving to commemorate our friendship.
Yeah. It's more to avoid questions, I guess. Like people would
Yeah.
ask questions about it, but it would just be say like it's just a homage to our group.
It's literally us.
Yeah.
It's our faces.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have selfies, so
Oh, that's true.
The equivalent of a selfie.
wood carvings.
Yeah. But the rendition of Bomb is really bad, but the rest is pretty good.
Oh,
I think more of myself than I let on.
Oh.
do you
Probably
have...
also you don't really look at yourself. That
No,
much.
exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
Not at
surely there are mirrors of some sort in your home.
I mean,
No, not at
would
all.
Bond have that? Bond didn't even have a bathroom.
No, definitely not.
Does Brom not know what he looks like?
Not at all.
He's
No,
like
no.
a
No, he's
adult
seen himself in like
but then-
looks, probably.
No,
Maybe.
he never pays
Maybe.
attention.
Which
He's the
would be
most like
distorted.
he's the most kind of uncaring person about like he's the most unvain person ever.
Huh. That's an interesting bit of information.
I
About
mean,
Brom.
I'm sure he knows sort of what he looks like based on his family and what they look like.
yeah.
Like he's like, I probably look like that, right?
Yeah, vaguely. Yeah. And
This whole time
the squirrels have said he looks a bit funny.
That was they said you smelled a bit funny.
Yeah.
It's-
Okay.
Okay. All right. So the spider is. Oh, cheers from Coda. Hello, friend.
Oh, hi.
So the spider is safely, secretively
Yes.
tucked away within
Tucked
this
away.
beautiful
Sealed.
friendship sculpture.
I was gonna put a spell on it, but I can't really
Oh.
find anything that's
Mm.
relevant. Just
Well,
like
what-
a non-detection spell or something. But
Okay.
I don't know, is that worth doing or not? Just as some backup.
Well, like an extra security type thing. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah,
Like
definitely.
a
If you've got
Well, I
anything.
mean-
warding
Yeah.
spell, maybe.
There is a non-detection.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, that would be amazing.
If you have a spell of non-detection, if you have the spell slot for it, then that could be a good idea.
It hides stuff from divination magic.
Oh, yeah. That'd be really good.
So we should put that on, right? Yeah, I mean, it's the
Yes.
start of the day and I'm well rested, so I've got all my spell slots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Let's
there
do
we go.
that. Let's do that, Kendis.
I need to make a note of you doing that.
Hedgewitch, can you disguise this sculpture from unwanted attention?
I certainly can, Timbersmith. I have just the spell.
I know you did it on my stench before.
Well, it has multiple uses, shall we say.
Oh dear.
Let's say it was an arcane deodorant.
Oh my god. Best uses, mundane uses, magic.
A stink
Okay,
spell, an
maybe.
anti-stink
Warrington.
spell.
Sorry. Back in the room.
Putting Axe out of business.
Yes, but if you can use the same principles on this sculpture, it would be most beneficial to us.
Absolutely. What do I need to cast for this? I'm just working out how to do that. Scope, do you know off the top of your head? Or
It
can
was
I-
it was one portion of Lynx, and
Oh my god. I thought you
And-
mentioned the spell. Let's see.
non-detection.
Let's see.
Lynx
Yeah, the
Iyastera.
non-detection. Oh my gosh. Cyrus. So,
I'm trying to work out how to cast it.
unfortunately, non-detection is a 3rd level abjuration spell.
Oh, damn it, never mind.
Damn.
Spell
Never mind.
itself. However,
Yeah.
because I like what you're doing with this, you're not able to cast that spell,
hmm
but I think that there are some other things you probably would know how to do, because this is something that you would have had interest in already. because of how you left the Athena.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I would say you may not be able to actually cast that spell.
Yeah.
But you might be able to do something else to at least protect and shield this spider from other things. Let me take a quick look here.
I've been like leafing through spells.
Yeah, I'll have a look as well.
This has been going on. Kendis is like looking for a book right now, just like
Yeah.
flipping away.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would
spells.
say that this is something that I would really only allow a hedge witch to do. To kind of take essences of different spells and combine them in such a way where you would be able to create interesting sort of effects, especially if you can link it to one of your focuses with green or red magic in some way, because you didn't choose blue. You didn't choose blue magic for your hedge witch focus.
Green and red.
You chose green and red. So there is something called a warding bond, which is a second level abjuration. An abjuration, of course, is more protective. This is more creating a protective link between you and another creature. However, I would say, because of your history with trying to maintain secrecy and shield yourself, I actually wouldn't be surprised if you didn't maintain some sort of charm that you either created or took from the Athenium that helped to shield you from scrying. I think that's something that we discussed earlier on during our session 0 for you. I don't think you decided what that object was yet, but you did take something with you that would prevent you from being scryed upon.
It's something incredibly practical, like
it would have to be
or something. Yeah.
So you would have that, and through study, I would say you'd be able to, in some ways, take the essence of that spell as part of a warding bond.
Okay.
With
Sweet.
a catch, though, because I'm not going to just give you the free effects of a 3rd level abjuration non-detection spell when you're at level 4. So the catch with that, you wouldn't necessarily... Let's see, non-detection. For the duration, you hide a target that you touch from divination magic. The target can be a willing creature or a place or an object no larger than 10 feet in any dimension. The target can't be targeted by any divination magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors. You won't be able to completely shield the object from scrying. What you can do, you will be able to determine for the duration of 8 hours when the thing is being scryed, or if the thing is being watched.
Okay, cool.
Is that an acceptable compromise for this one?
Yeah, that's good enough for me. That's very generous of you.
Well, with Hedge Witch, it's different because of how you have a more intuitive approach to magic, and you are able to combine different types of spells in different ways. I think that is something that you could do. We'll say this is more of an altered warding bond.
Yeah. That makes sense to me, for sure. Hedge Witch, the cutting and sticking of the magic world.
So if nothing else, you would be able to shield if this is something where whoever created it would be using it, like scrying upon it to see where it is. You would at least be able to prepare and conceal your identities, throw a coat over it or something, you know. It is in a box right now, which helps. But you'd at least be able to know when someone is trying to watch, if that were to happen.
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna cast that then.
Home brewing in action. So how do you this will be a cool opportunity to kind of also dig into the way you cast, whether cast or ritually cast your spells with your oracle cards. How would you cast this sort of bond, this protective warding bond?
Probably draw a bunch of cards from the deck that symbolize protection in some way, and kind of like swing the pendant over them in like a pendulum thing, and mutter some, I don't know, some Aarakocra words, and then I don't know, I guess like a weird mist or whatever rises up from the cards and like swirls and wraps around the sculpture.
That's cool. I'm picturing the sculpture sort of absorbing that mist, kind of like a silvery tinted fog, you know.
Yeah.
I also had the thought in my mind of some of your spells taking the form of like green feathers, like
that's cool.
Green feathers of light, kind of fluttering and swirling about. Some of your spells. I think that every arcane, every spellcaster, especially a hedge witch, the way that they cast spells has a certain type of signature to them. So two people casting the same type of spell, that spell, if there is a visual effect to it, would look different depending on who was casting it.
Absolutely.
That's how magic presents itself here, anyway.
That's cool. Yep.
Cool.
There we go.
Okay.
Makes sense. And the spell is cast, I guess.
Nice.
So that'll be a 2nd level spell slot that is now used up. So go ahead and mark that. So for the next 8 hours, you will be able to determine if it is being scryed upon in any way. And in terms of warding bond, usually it's cast upon a willing creature. And that creature has bonus to armor class saving throws, resistance to damage. You would be able to detect if it has been damaged. It gives it a little bit of extra protection arcanely as well from like physical stuff. So we'll do it that way. Okay.
Sounds good.
We just created a spell.
Nice.
Well.
With the casting, how subtle was that? Would Fenn have noticed this going on?
Yes, it is not subtle whatsoever. And that's another reason why you needed to describe what it looked like.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we get con that someone else has taken their turn to distract Fenn. Look at that thing over there. Fenn's like, what?
I don't think there's retconning this one, because this is more of a ritualistic type of casting.
I mean, Fenn knows what we're using it for. Specifically.
I know that the box exists because I've seen Bum carving it, and I think last session I asked Bum about it, and Bum was a bit cagey.
But I was like, oh, it's for like magic items, like the book.
Yes,
Except the
that's or if you said that, then I don't think I'm particularly suspicious. I'm like, cool, we're making a protective magic box for the book.
Yep.
That's what we're doing.
And for the poem collection.
Yes, it needs protecting.
More importantly, the frog on the log needs serious protection.
Must be protected at all costs.
Like a valuable antique.
For the scribblings. Marlowe slowly hides the black book behind her back.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, the book's in there.
It's in the script.
I mean, she never took it out.
True. It's just in your rucksack sort of thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Which, I do want to say at some point before we head off, when Marlowe's got a chance on her own, I would like to observe the book, kind of like turn it over in my hands, figure out that locking mechanism that was placed on it when I had unlocked it, see if I could figure out how to replicate that for like, just because.
Okay.
Because I do dabble in alchemy.
Yeah. So I would kind of consider this part of your
and like arcane
tinkering.
Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead, because we included that as a skill that you would have given through your your background, your backstory, I don't think you've used this once before, but not for something like this, where you're actually trying to kind of reverse engineer something.
Yes.
Within, since the start of this campaign anyway. Why don't you go ahead and roll a tinkering check for me? This is something that will require some study. And require some time to try to understand.
21.
You and your dice rolls.
Did you win it?
Yeah.
It was just like this last time as well. You had the most ridiculous dice rolls. Which dice are you using?
Marlowe's.
Why did I even ask? Why did I even bother asking? Okay. Freaking 21. So, because it's a tinkering check, while
Yes.
you're still not entirely sure what it will take for the book to open, you think that you can see how the glyph, the runes that created that electric charge were joined together with the mechanism of the lock.
Because I have reverse engineered things before. It's
You
how I
have.
made things like my compass.
That's true. That's true. You have reverse engineered things before. And while you were familiar with this kind of rune, you were not familiar with this kind of lock. So with that kind of check, you were able to see how it wasn't just a rune that was cast on the lock itself or on the book itself. It was actually much more intricate than that. The different components of the rune were joined together with different components in the inner workings of the lock, so that once it was turned a certain way, and the different pieces of the mechanism internally, as you were picking the lock, fell into place and clicked into place, it actually completed the design of the rune. So it was meant to be triggered upon a successful disarming of the lock.
Okay. I make note of that.
Yeah. So it's a little bit more like a puzzle with the way.
Like a puzzle box.
Like a puzzle box.
A different way.
That was unintentional, but yes. I don't know why I'm thinking about puzzle boxes tonight. I really like puzzle boxes. They've been on my mind today, apparently, subconsciously. But anyway, that's how you've determined now that that lock would work.
I tuck it away and I return.
Yep. Okay. Anything else before you begin your venture into the hills?
Can I do a perception check to see if there's if I hear anything or anything before we head out into these unknown lands?
Sure. Roll a perception check. As you have now all broken camp, you've packed away your things, and you are starting to enter the hills.
22.
We need to keep tally of whatever your highest roll is going to be tonight. So you rolled a 21. Rolled a 22. It's ridiculous. Okay. With that 22, it's still morning, so you don't necessarily see anything yet. There are trees here and there in the hills as well, kind of climbing up the sides of some of the hills. Some of the hills are crowned with clusters of trees. You do see not so much a path, not a clear path, but traces of this is perception, not survival or investigation. You don't see anything at the moment. You do know that you can hear the sounds of distant birds coming through. You can probably see shapes of deer and other kind of just basic wildlife as you start to enter the hills. You do see the clouds rolling in a little bit darker now, and you smell the scent of impending rain on the air.
Intermixed with bomb.
Who actually had a lovely lavender bath the day before. You guys forgot that.
He did, yeah.
Did you have a bath yet?
He went full on.
Today, Bomb?
No.
Not yet.
No. Let's not go too far.
It's a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, no. One bath a month, maybe.
A month.
Well, what about that birthday gift you gave to Bomb?
Yeah, you still wear that.
I do.
So that has some sort of nice aroma.
Fragrant.
Yeah, fragrance to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I would like to use Druidcraft just to check what the weather's going to do, because you said that some rain was coming in.
Yes.
And
so I want to
manifest
confirm that.
Manifest an image of what the weather is going to how it's going to turn in next 12 hours. It says
Next 12 hours. As you Druidcraft, it takes the form of those darkened clouds. Imagine it as, on a much smaller scale, a little projected, like, time lapse of weather.
Mm-hmm.
You know those different pictures and videos
Yeah.
of clouds rolling across the sky? It's going to look a bit
David
like that.
Attenborough.
Yeah. It's going to look a bit like that. So you see the gathering clouds darkening. You see the rain falling. The clouds shift again. The small little clouds that you've been able to create before you, they shift again. They grow darker. The rain gets heavier. And you see, on a small scale, lightning flashing within those darkened clouds. You see the coming of a storm within the next 12 hours.
So I presumably can predict when we need to take shelter.
Yes. It'll probably get towards, as you get closer to nightfall, the weather is going to start turning sour.
As you can see, everyone, I think we need to seek shelter before nightfall. And when I say shelter, I mean not just under a tree line or something. I mean under a roof.
Oh dear. I'm not a fan of getting drenched.
No, or electrocuted.
It's early morning, so we best be off before then.
We can at
Yes.
least make distance before the storm hits, I suppose, and keep an eye out for shelter on the way, or cave, or some sort of, I don't know, inn.
So I'm going to cast Long Strider at 2nd level. It means I can touch 2 people and give them a plus 10 movement speed.
Oh,
Oh, that's neat.
Okay.
That's pretty neat, yeah. I just need a pinch of dirt, apparently. So that's not particularly hard to come by.
I might have to make you roll for that one.
I can just scrape it from under my armpits.
Oh no!
honestly, you probably have some under your nails.
I thought it was gonna
Yeah,
be
it's
under
like a
your
ne-
feet. Cause like it's Long Strider.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
still nasty.
Just pick it. I just scrape it from my toenail.
Armpit dirt.
That's gross.
Are you sure it's dirt?
I'm not sure, but I'm sure it qualifies.
Is there like moss growing under your arms?
There's
Probably.
like everything. It's like there's literal little mushrooms.
Cause he's a fun guy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Seriously, we're
I'm
gonna get
not
cancelled.
sorry.
We're gonna get cancelled.
We're not gonna get canceled. Don't cancel us, Scribblers. Or else you'll never get sticker sheets and Bohemian Rhapsody.
So who's the sort of, who do I presume is the slowest? Do I have to roll for it? My perception of it.
I mean, I think if this is something that you offered up, I don't know, would you all determine who might take use of this, play this through. This is a role
Yeah.
play kind of moment.
Listen, I can give you a little bit of a boost. I've got a natural pace to me, my long legs. Do any of you need a little bit of a quickening?
How many can you do?
Just 2 of you.
Kendis can
Yes.
fly.
Yes, I presume you can fly. So, for speed-wise, that would be faster.
I'm happy to fly under my own power and let you two take the spell. I think Cockers have a fairly good speed.
I think your flight speed is double your walking speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I take from each armpit, I scrape
And
the
we like see this happening, and we're like, oh
yeah.
and I sort of rub it on your foreheads, like you know, like marking with like paint, like tribal paint.
Fenn is just like, I am so sorry.
You should.
Fenn is just making this face the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like a stinky Simba.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah, stinky Simba, yeah. And
Fenn are just like,
Fenn is like, why did I do
you will feel your pace quickening now. And your senses dulling.
This is a stark contrast from the kind of lovely and spiritual casting of that warding spell that Kendis had cast on the box to then just bomb going, well,
Take some dirt.
walk
Magic
fast.
Magic takes many forms, my
It
friends.
does. It absolutely does. And I'm imagining you actually said that in character.
but does this have to stay there?
Yes.
Right.
How long does the spell last? How long do the effects last?
It lasts for an hour.
Okay.
Paladin hour, I'm going to thoroughly clean myself.
Yes. Please
Just
wait
for it to
until.
be cast again. Okay.
Best we
So let's
get
see how
going,
quickly
then.
you can travel in an hour. So none of the paths, none of the even remnants of old trails that you find are after you get farther into the hills, they're not going to be wide enough for you to really walk abreast of each other. As you first enter the hills, it's like hiking. You're going to be trekking and hiking through. So you're going to be trekking more in like a line.
What sort of a pace are we going at?
Well, now you're going quite fast, aren't you?
Yeah, an extra 10 feet, yeah. Long stride, hang on. 10 feet extra, 10 feet, your speed. That's quite dramatic, actually.
Yeah, that's very fast. So how is that going to compare now with Bomb, your walking speed?
So
Are
my
they going
walking
to be
speed,
leaving you behind?
Well, because how tall is Bomb?
Like 6 foot, eh?
Your speed should be on it, shouldn't it? Yeah, just basics. 30 feet. Is that normal?
30 feet's a normal walking speed.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then just like,
But this could still be handy. You never know.
Yeah. So we're all going the same speed, but you can just jog on if you need to.
Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, so you begin your trek. What are the marching orders here? Because you're not able to really walk abreast of each other.
Well, Fenn's been this way.
Yeah, I'm happy to go first and lead the way.
Would make sense.
Okay.
I will either fall in behind Fenn or... Oh, well, Bomb's kind of trailing, probably.
Yeah.
Because we have I'll probably fall in behind Fenn then.
Yeah, Kendis is just above.
Yeah, I can kind of imagine that all three of you are kind of like unwittingly going faster than me, almost uncontrollably. So I'm kind of like at the back, like Gimli from the Lord of the Rings, like just kind of out of breath.
Natural sprinters.
Very bad
Suddenly.
for natural sprinters. Much better over short distance.
Yeah, so I'm struggling a little bit, but I'm quite happy that we're making good pace because I'm worried about the weather. So at the same time, I'm not complaining about being kind of a little bit exhausted.
It's strange to me that a being as tall as a Firbolg would still only have a 30-foot walking speed.
Yeah.
That's a bit odd.
It is strange, yeah.
You know, the Firbolg in my other campaign is like 10 feet tall.
Oh my god, I didn't know they could go that big.
So
But they can't possibly be
like-
30 feet now. Like
no,
whatever it is.
Firbolgs are
They're like
aligned.
they're kind of giants. Yeah.
Yeah. So honestly, you should have at least 35, if not 40, walking speed.
I'm happy with that.
To be completely honest, seriously, like, is it
Can we
really
homebrew
only
that?
30? Why not? What's
It's
the
a bit
average
strange,
height
right?
of a Firbolg?
It's a bit strange, yeah.
Pretty sure average height of a Firbolg's like 8 feet.
8 foot,
maybe?
yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Well, they'd be a lot faster because of the length of their
Yeah.
legs. Obviously, their stride would be way more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a little bit of an oversight on the D&D rules, really.
Yeah.
I think 35 would be really reasonable.
I think 35 is absolutely reasonable. You have a little bit extra. You have a longer gait. You would be able to cover more ground more quickly. So go ahead and mark 35 as your base speed. I think an increase of 10 is pushing it a little bit. Because while you are very tall, you're also not very dexterous. You're not very fast.
Yeah, I buy that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we should complain about that to the officials.
I'll call Watsy up.
Yeah, cool.
Directly. Say, hey.
Yeah.
Bruh, what were you thinking?
Come on.
That'll get us canceled. What? This hokey small time team is giving us grief. All right, is Bomb old? A question from Cyrus.
It's middle-aged. Middle-aged.
I mean, how old do Firbolg get though?
Exactly.
That's subjective.
Age is subjective. Never ask a Firbolg their age.
You're only as old as you feel.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it feels like an ancient oak.
How tall is Kendis and Fenn?
Kendis is like 5 foot something, right? Not very tall.
Because I know Aarakocra can be tall.
Yeah. But I think, like, because Kendis is based on such a small bird, it makes sense for them to be smaller.
Yeah. Fenn is relatively tall. They're not quite 6 foot, but they're like 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah, that's around the height Marlowe is, like 5'9".
This is such a nice career. I want to make, like, a height chart.
Yeah, I have done that
You did a
before
height
for
chart.
previous parties. I love doing
cool.
a height chart.
Maybe we need a height chart for this, just to show the respective dimensions.
Says the Furby.
Oh gosh.
Drawer.
I saw that Furby. Oh, that long. That's
Long
a long
Oh,
Furby.
yeah.
I like to
Oh,
think it's about
man.
12 feet tall.
I want to see this long Furby. Can someone DM me?
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
send
do
it
it. We'll do it
Tweet
afterwards.
Tweet out the long Furby. His long. Oh, Lord, he coming. Okay. So, with all of that, Fenn, it seems like you have been elected the leader into this little excursion. How are the rest of you traveling? What is the order in this? And Kendis, are you flying?
I'm flying. Kendis is flying.
I'm at the back.
Yeah, I'm
Still.
falling in behind Fenn.
Okay. So in that case, Fenn and Kendis, I would like both of you to make survival checks.
Yay.
Fenn, I will say, well, Kendis, I will let you choose either survival or perception based on what you are trying to do. If you are flying above to try to help guide the other three to, we'll say, more favorable paths and routes, I would say that's survival. If you're flying above to kind of get a feel for what is out there and circling back to kind of report and inform the others, I would say that would be perception. Fenn, yours is definitely survival.
Yeah, I was thinking about scouting, so I would also take a survival check. What's the modifier for that?
Wisdom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's your best one.
Oh, cool. So that's a 16 plus 4.
Very
20.
good.
Yeah,
Very good. Okay.
Nice.
Lucky, because mine's only a 12.
Oh, it's alright. I got you.
That's
I
alright.
got you, pal.
That's why you've got Burbwitch flying
Eyes
up
in the
above
sky.
to kind of help guide. So these survival checks will help to determine how much ground you cover and how easily you're able to cover it. So those are good. I would say with a natural 20 and you said a 14?
Oh.
A 12 and a 12, I would say working together, along with the long strider spells, bomb that you were able to cast on two of your companions here, you're actually going to be making up pretty good ground. With Kendis's help, Fenn, you are able to guide the party more or less through what you remember seeing. The first, we'll say, half hour or so pass by without a hitch. And actually, it's even with the darkening clouds overhead, it feels a bit calming. You're hiking. It's definitely more of a strenuous hike after you get out of the kind of the lower foothills into that incline. And now you find yourself dealing with more, we'll say, significant variations in elevation as you are climbing up the sides of different hills, coming back down, picking your footing in the valleys between these hills. It is quite strenuous, and you do find yourself starting to get more fatigued, but there's a sort of rugged beauty to the hills here. Even with the gray sky above, the verdant green of these hills are still quite stunning with the different rocky outcroppings, the trees growing amongst the sides and crowning the others. As you walk along, you begin to hear movement of water as slowly but surely you see the trickling of a stream. What began as a trickling of water but now becomes more of a proper stream that you can follow through the hills, branching off here and there into different rivulets. I don't know if that's the correct word.
At what point in time would we have reached the stream?
I would say about 45 minutes or so in. It's small. You see, it's more like a little creek kind of deal, but as you continue farther along, it will grow. It's never going to be like a river. It's just going to be a small stream from all the water that ran off from the sides of these hills and gathering within the valleys. And it is much rockier at the bottom as well. These aren't, easy paths to take.
Mostly, when we hit the hour mark, I kind of want to pause at the stream and just.
Absolutely. As you begin to hit that hour mark, you've actually been able to cover more ground than you would have otherwise, thanks to Longstrider, thanks to those good survival checks. The stream is large enough to get some water if you wanted to pause for that hour to wash your faces. However, as you do so, Kendis, you catch, before you actually come down to the earth, you catch a glimpse of something farther in the distance. Something that catches your eye a little bit more west. We'll say northwest of your current position. You see some shadows coming through the hills. creatures on the ground that are more in the distance. Go ahead and roll another perception check for me.
Rolling. Come on. Is that a wisdom modifier?
Yes.
Again? Oh shit. 5. Oh no, Kendis! No, Kendis! No! Bad
Is that
Betty.
with your... Wait, is that with your...
Yeah. It was
Oh
Well, we can't win them all, right?
Mhm. Do I still see them?
You still see them, however, it's hard to make out what they are right now. It looks like it could just be maybe a pack of wolves. You know that there are some wolves, maybe, some sort of creatures native.
Just kind of
to...
let us know that
I'm
there's
still
something
gonna-
there.
I'm still gonna say something.
And
I feel like
they
Kendis
kind
is
of
smart to just be
disappear.
like,
They were over kind of nearing the crest of one of the hills, and they kind of travel and disappear into some trees past a tree line. So you can't really see it. You don't think it's anything significant. It's probably a couple hours away at this point.
I mean, I'd still say something for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like Kendis would be way too cautious. So yeah, Kendis will drop down from the sky and be like, "Could well be nothing, but I should mention that I saw something. Just maybe a couple of hours walk ahead. Just shadows in the trees. I mean, there's all kinds of creatures out here, but better safe than sorry, I suppose. I couldn't get a better look at them. I apologize. We should be careful."
Is Fenn also watching their face
I think
up?
the second that Longstrider dropped, Fenn is just going to cast Prestidigitation and clean it instantly before we even get to the stream. Just need to be clean. I think they'll also
Marlowe
offer
just-
the spell for Marlowe
yeah.
as well.
Fenn and Marlowe are just aggressively cleaning their faces.
Yeah.
Poor
Water as
Bob.
well. Water and magic.
You
Extra.
didn't even say thank you.
Exactly. It's a great spell.
That was really useful, Bob.
It was.
Yes. It was wonderful seeing how quick you were and how slow I'd become.
You're still
Um,
making good time.
Yes.
Perhaps a suggestion for next time you use the spell. Perhaps dirt from the ground would suffice.
Oh. This is not how our family casts things.
Always room for trying new things.
Well, yes, as demonstrated from the baths that you encouraged me to take. I think mother would approve. So you suggest taking dirt from literally the earth?
Yes, it's more organic and connected to the earth in that way.
You mean animal feces?
That's not dirt.
Oh, okay. Soil, then.
Yes, the soil.
Okay. Good.
And just nodding aggressively. Soil, please.
I shall endeavour to make this happen next time.
Perhaps even you could carry a pouch of soil specifically for this circumstance.
A very good idea. I shall collect some. Fenn, are we making good progress? Do you know of somewhere we can take shelter before the storm sets in?
Well, from where we started, it was about a day's walk to one of the places that I spent the night, which was relatively safe. How far would I know how far we are from it now?
So it was at night.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit tricky, but you are covering more ground. You think that if you were able to maintain this sort of pace, you might be able to find a place before nightfall.
I would like to do something.
Okay.
We're walking on like a ledge, so like a ridge?
For the most part, yes. You're walking on sort of a ridge. It's not a defined trail. So you find yourself kind of like scrambling in places, climbing in places. You're more or less walking along the ridge line on the side of different hills, up and down, weaving between more complicated bits, more rocky bits.
Is there higher ground
There is.
than the trail we've been walking?
Yeah, you can go up to the crest of the hill that you're kind of walking on right now.
Because I would like to take a higher perspective
Okay.
as we're continuing on and see if I can't spot anything that might help while we're walking.
Okay. So, of course, there are going to be variations. You're going to go back to a decline and then another incline, but you can walk along, and it'll be there for a while. These aren't like mountains. They're not like the Munros up in Scotland in the Highlands. I learned that word when I went camping up there. They're a little bit smaller than that. Think a little bit more like not Ben Lomond, because that's pretty big. That's big, but smaller than that. A little bit smaller than that. I don't know if there's an appropriate term for that.
An obscure reference, but the Ockhill Hills, if we're going for more Scottish hills.
We'll do that. Sure. So it'll take honestly like a few hours to really get over each hill. In that sense, if you are just kind of going over the crest and down and then right back up to the crest of the next one.
Because I would like to continue alongside the group, but higher.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. You can try to keep some higher ground. Certainly.
We should continue as quick as we can, really.
Yeah.
I'm very worried about this weather.
At this stage,
It wouldn't take me that long to climb because I have second story climb.
Oh, that's right. You do. So you are easily able to get some higher ground, some footing on higher ground, on a slightly higher elevation, where you still are within eye and ear sight, or no, eyesight and earshot. Earsight.
Earsight and eye shot.
Yeah, of the party. While also keeping an eye out. So at this point, as you continue on, you've taken a brief pause to wash and maybe fill up your water skins, that sort of thing. You continue on for another probably few hours. At this point, the rain is beginning to fall. And as you continue to progress, your footing is going to start to become a bit more treacherous as the rocks and the grass underfoot are becoming slick from the rain. It's not so much an issue as you are ascending the hills, but on the descent, you're going to have to be a bit more careful. So we'll continue, Fenn and Kendis, with the rolls that you had before. However, Marlowe, I'd like for you to go ahead and roll. What are you doing? Are you looking out for danger?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your perception then. Or is it investigation?
Danger or
for
any
this
like
one?
people or
Okay, in that
any
case,
sort of
perception.
trouble we might come across.
Yeah.
And Scriv, as we're doing that, I'm going to use mold earth, which is a cantrip, and level the ground out ahead of us. So if there's any sort of like, I can take a 5 foot sort of square area of land and just like flatten it basically.
You're just gonna be creating a new path through these
Basically,
hills
yeah,
that
like
way.
that's essentially because it's a cantrip. So yeah.
Pretty cool.
That's OP as heck.
I can also make difficult terrain, obviously. Well,
Yeah.
if I need to, but I don't want to
Okay.
do that right now.
So from this point on, you are creating what is now a very acceptable and comfortable walking path
Yeah.
through the hills. And as a
Cinnabon.
cantrip, you could just do this the whole way. I'm
Yeah.
imagining you kind of like stomping your feet a little bit more, and it just kind of flattens
Yeah, like ahead of me. Yeah.
ahead of you.
Oh, like an earthbender?
Yeah.
Oh,
Basically,
nice.
Bomb's
That's cool.
totally earthbending right now.
Oh my god, Bomb is an earthbender. Amazing.
Hey. That's
or
cool.
or an Earth Shaper, depending on which world you
Oh
want to
yeah,
reference.
yeah. With
Ooh,
Sprouse,
very
it's
cool.
earth shaping.
Nice
You
little
finna
knife.
let Bomb go first rather than have all this happen under my
That's
feet.
fine,
That's
yeah.
It might be a little bit unsettling. You've probably tried for the first several minutes, the first like 10 minutes or so, trying to maintain your own footing as boom, boom, boom behind you. You tripped a couple of times before just saying, just go. Just you can let him go ahead.
I got a 22 on perception.
Okay. You do not see the things that Kendis saw previously, as they had described it. You do see what could be some wolves, maybe a mountain lion on the other side of the hill that you're currently on. Mountain lion, cougar, that kind of thing, like a wildcat. But as you continue on, you do, ahead of you, see, conveniently luckily, as the rain is starting to get heavier, you see what looks to be a small outpost that you may be able to visit. It's a little bit out of the way. It's a little bit farther south from your current position. So if you were to sort of go around the other side of the current hill that you are on, you would be able to get to that. Probably in the next, like in another 30, 40 minutes or so.
I relay that to the group.
It takes you a little bit south from your current position, but you would be able to.
Probably
What
our best option.
what time of day is it?
It's afternoon at this point.
Okay.
You've been going for, we'll say, a few hours at this point. It's not evening yet. However, the sky is darkening.
About how far out is that outpost?
About 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay.
Just because it's going to be a little bit more, well, not so much difficult terrain now. We'll say more like 30 minutes with bombs.
We need to get shelter still.
The rain is starting to grow heavier, and you hear some distant thunder. It hasn't hit you yet, but you hear some thunder.
Are we wanting to continue forth for a few hours or settle in until the storm passes?
Timbersmith, what do you think?
I don't think we risk it, honestly. For the sake of a few hours difference, I think it's worth us taking shelter.
Agreed.
We may want to resupply as well. We have only just had the supplies from when we left, the food. We need something more.
I trust your judgment.
Okay.
I don't imagine it would be much pleasant flying in the rain either for you, Kendis.
It is true.
Well, especially the lightning.
I don't believe I am electricity proof. And I would
My
not
uncle
care
Clob,
less about.
my uncle Clob got struck by lightning. It wasn't pretty.
I don't mind the storm, but I defer to the group.
Uncle Club.
Sorry, Marlowe. I think you're outvoted.
Okay. So
We should head for this
you
outpost
head for the outpost.
describe.
It's not a very sturdy structure. It's 4 walls, a roof. There's no glass in the windows. It really is more like a wooden shack, a lean-to, that sort of thing. There's a very simple door, and some like small, high windows, kind of things, or openings rather for windows. There's no glass or anything out here. You do see as the rain begins to fall heavier upon your shoulders, you're holding your cloaks closer, feeling that water soaking through your clothes, your outer garments.
I feel like probably I wouldn't be as uncomfortable just because I've been on the seas, and surely there have been storms
Absolutely
aplenty.
not. Yeah, and you have more of a wax-treated cloak anyway. You would have.
Because it's meant for traveling
Yes.
the seas.
Yes. Fenn, you would be a little bit more accustomed to the weather.
Accustomed,
well.
but I don't like it.
No, it's like
I like to look pretty. And my hair is just all sticking to me.
with the
I look
humidity
like a drowned
and
rat.
everything, like before the rain hit with the humidity, it's probably puffed out a bit, a little extra frizzy, and now it's just wet dog.
And Bomb's mum's nettle pot keeps filling up with water, and he keeps having to like tip it over.
Oh.
And she's complaining.
You hear a little bit of a tut-tutting here and there.
I'm getting there, mother.
Well, can you get there faster? So, as you approach this outpost, you see the remnants of a fire outside, the circle of stones, old ashes and things. Now, of course, drenched. There's going to be no using that fire pit this evening. You make it inside. Fenn, this is not the same one that you stayed in before. The one you found previously was a little bit more worse for wear. This one is not by any means sturdy, but more stable.
This one's like a 2.5, 3-star outpost.
Maybe like a 2.5.
Compared to the last one Ben stayed at.
Yeah, that was a
Yes.
1-star.
Compared
Shivering.
to the last one, 1 star. Do not visit again. The service was horrible.
There's a
So in here,
Portaloo.
you see it's very barren. There's a couple of like old wooden chairs in there. You see like a kind of a low shelf, a low bookshelf type of thing, only maybe like 2 shelves on it. You don't see any sort of bed, nothing like that, but plenty of space for you to roll out your bedrolls and do that sort of thing. There is an old lantern, like an old emptied oil lantern there. You find, if you look through, some burnt out candle stubs. There is a wooden chest in the corner, and Fenn, from your travels, you know that it is customary at these different outposts to, if you stay there and if you make use of any supplies there, it is good custom to leave something behind for whomever may come after you to make use of. So within that chest, you actually find some dried fruit and like a warm blanket kind of bedroll in there. This is typical hiker, wanderer custom and good courtesy for other wanderers who might be traveling in foul weather under poor conditions.
Bomb starts to carve a small effigy of like I don't know, like a maybe a frog. For some reason, he's got that on the mind.
On a log?
And frog, yeah, and he puts it in when he's finished it. He does it very quickly when he puts it. It's not perfect work, but it's pretty crude. But he drops it. He puts it into the chest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. So you
And he
would
turns to Fenn. Fenn, tell me the last good thing you did.
Oh, that's so much pressure. The last define good.
To help others.
Well,
Quite a worrying that you have to think long about it, I'll tell you that much.
Marlowe steps up behind Fenn a little and is just like, depending on how you want to spin it, they did help us. Although they caused it. They were the direct it was a direct result of them.
yeah,
But they did help us.
The
I mean,
cord
maybe
and
my directions today might have been helpful. I don't know.
That's such a
And
good
other
question.
other than us, before
Hmm.
meeting,
I don't have much interaction with individuals on a frequent basis. Fenn's thinking so deep and hard. They're not a helpful person.
Oh.
I'm sorry to put you under pressure. I just, I don't know what to make of you, if I'm honest.
You could maybe start with easier, less philosophical questions. I'm now sitting here, thinking about all the things I've done in recent time and thinking, is that good?
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
No hesitation there.
Oh no!
nice simple answer. A fairly simple question.
Do you plan to accompany us beyond the port?
It depends. Will you have me?
Where was it you were headed to?
Away. No particular destination in mind. Just, my goal was to get out of that pickle that I had been in until you all ever so graciously helped me out with that, which I'm very sorry about again. But, I mean, I intend to travel, so presumably if you're heading to the port, you're taking a ship somewhere. I would be interested in joining depending on the destination. If you're going somewhere horrible, I don't think I would, I think I'd have to think about if it was somewhere truly disgusting.
Is it horrible, Kendis? Hedwich?
I don't have the best experience, but I'm biased. It's certainly an interesting location, depending what you're after, I suppose.
Well, I'll take interesting. Interesting's good. Considering I want to travel, want to explore, want to see new things, interesting is entirely within the remit.
There you go. I'll make no guarantees as to the quality of your experience.
That's fine. I'm sure it will be equally as pleasant as a hike through the rain.
We are still holding you to getting us to the goblin market, was it?
Oh, yes. I mean, I'm not sure entirely how much help I would be, but I've said all I know about where I found it before, about that coin that gentleman gave me, and that, yes, it was in these hills before, but obviously its location changes, and the new moon is quite a ways off from now.
And trust me, this will be the first of many good actions that you can tick off.
I look forward to it.
So the next new moon is actually in about 24 days from this point.
Nice.
Did some calculations because it was about 4 days past when you...
Would I know that?
You probably would if you had thought about it. You would know the moon cycles, the lunar cycles.
Because I would know based on the position of the stars.
Yeah.
That makes sense that you would know that.
Yeah. So
Expert.
you would know the distance of time between each phase for the new moon. And Fenn, you know very well when the last new moon was because of your encounters in the goblin market. Paused right
Bless
before
you.
that sneeze. Whew. I didn't want you to have to hear that. So, as you are sitting here, the rain is now hammering down. Do you intend to stay here until the storm passes?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. The
Can't really
thunder
go out in that.
is rolling. You hear, not too far away, the crack and a flash of lightning outside. And the wind is starting to blow the rain inside the shelter through the windowless, the paneless windows, rather. And the roof does have a little bit of a leak, and it's beginning to creak a bit worryingly. And in the next roll of thunder, it's definitely louder, and it begins to sound a little bit more like a growl. Another crack of lightning. Yes, Kendis?
I was going to say, do you want to go some perception checks? Or
If you would like to roll perception checks, you can. You don't have to wait for me to prompt you.
Can I while doing the perception checks, can Bomb use spider climb on the sort of shelter up to the roof, and it's a bit of a strange thing because it doesn't technically say on the object, but can I use bark skin on the roof?
oh, so let's fix it.
Barkskin is just on yourself. However, if you wanted to, I could see you using Druidcraft.
Yeah,
of a
Druidcraft. Yeah,
sort.
exactly. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say you'd be able to, in a way that's very unnerving to watch.
Yeah, it's really
Bomb
weird.
Spider
Yeah.
climb. Spider bomb.
Spider Bomb. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Up the sides and kind of. No, you would have to go through the door. You're not fitting through those little windows. You'd have to go outside, or are you repairing it from the inside?
From the inside, yeah. I meant like,
Okay.
yeah, the inside.
This is such a freaky visual. Bomb just
Yeah.
doing like this.
It really is. I'm imagining your head, your neck, like craning around to look around. That's kind of
Suddenly,
freaky.
like 20 eyes just pop up.
Oh gosh.
Oh!
Bomb's the next bad guy. Fight. Roll initiative.
Oh my god. No!
It's not
Ridiculous.
really Bomb.
Mm.
Whatever came back from
Spider
that
Bomb.
river, it wasn't Bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. What's
Okay.
the perception about? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Kendis. Roll your perception. Anyone else
Oh.
who wishes to assist can.
I got a 6. I guess that goes.
I
Sounds
will
like
help.
thunder.
I will help.
Yeah. go
Thank
ahead.
you.
You can roll as well.
Perception?
The creaking of the walls actually are starting to become a bit louder as the wind is buffeting, and Bomb climbing up the sides up to the roof is not helping the stability
19?
necessarily. 19. As Bomb is climbing up, you make your way to one of the windows of the roof. Or of the roof, wow, of the shelter. You peer outside, you try to get a look. You did illuminate the inside with lanterns, with whatever sort of cantrips you may have. I don't know if you have a light one, Kendis, but all of you have some sort of lantern, some sort of torch, so you would be able to have light within. And in the light that is illuminating even just a little bit of distance outside of this shelter, you think you see something in the distance. You thought with that 19, you saw some sort of light reflected back in the eyes of a creature. You're straining, you're squinting to try to peer through the darkness when you see another bright flash of lightning, cracking, piercing the sky, filling the area with bright white light. And in that momentary shine, you see not one, not two, but 4 larger, furred creatures
Oh, no.
staring back out at you. You have seen these before, Marlowe. You see 4 quite large, teeth glistening gnolls starting to approach the cabin, drawn by the light and the smell of the food, of that dried fruit and anything else you may have opened up as you are seeking shelter here. You look around outside. You think you may hear more on the approach.
You see Marlowe, like, so she's got her hand crossbow, which has the, like, arms folded up, and she can snap them down. So you just see her snap the crossbow arms down, and I turn, and I'm just like...
As soon as those crossbow arms snap, you make eye contact with that gnome who's right ahead of you, because they are creeping up onto the cabin, and it is going to charge. It is going to charge and throw itself at the side into the window where you are standing. You are now in combat. Go ahead and collectively roll your initiative. Fire goat time.
Here we go.
Can I take like 5 minutes to get a snack? It's dinner time here, and I'm
Yep. Go ahead, get a snack.
Yeah. Cool.
Go ahead,
Thank
get
you.
a snack, and let me know what your initiative rolls are.
21.
Ooh, Nelly.
8 for me.
Um,
I'm gonna get a drink, actually.
21, 8,
20.
20. Okay.
I will be right back as well.
Yep, go ahead, take 5.
Something to drink.
I have my water with me.
Yeah, all good, all good. Unfortunately, since the gnolls got the jump, literal jump, this first one's going to take its first attack.
So many gnolls.
You don't know how many there are yet.
Oh.
Marlowe saw 4. Hey everyone, hope you're enjoying the story so far. It had been a while since we had some combat. We gotta keep these folks on their toes, right?
I'm excited.
How's the music? Is it a good volume? Can you hear it? Can you hear the music?
I can.
Okay, good.
Sounds good to me. I don't know how good it sounds through the
It's Knowles! Now!
I think Fenn's quite excited too, actually.
Probably. Probably. So, for you, the longer you go without something like this, you start to feel anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Volumes may be a little low, but the other tracks were fine, so maybe it's just that one. This is my combat track on Pretzel Rocks. Nightmare Court, edit by Wantola. And see, I paid for like the Pretzel Rocks subscription, and that's supposed to take out the very spam-like, chat messages telling you which song is playing. As long as you folks out there don't mind it, at least it tells you what song, like what the name of the song is. Okay.
I rolled a 5.
A 5? Ooh boy. Ooh
And
boy.
this is up the game today.
Okay. So Kendis had a 5. Marlowe, was that 20 yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. And Fenn, you got your 21. Excellent. As soon as Bomb gets back, we will roll into this. I miss having my journal, man. So I've just been typing my little notes and things. Okay. Got your snack? What'd you get for a snack?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I have curry.
Ooh, that
That I
sounds
made.
delicious.
It's good. It's got beans and vegetables in it.
That sounds so good.
Mm-hmm.
I was so tempted. I was starting to get a little bit hungry. I was so tempted to eat like a second dinner. Because it's almost 2 in the morning here where I am.
What about you've had one dinner, but what about second dinner?
I am all about that hobbit plan, okay? I would love to eat like a hobbit. I do snack. I do like to graze throughout the day.
I love that.
Yeah. I don't eat right away. I'm really bad at eating breakfast. Unless it's
I've
a weekend.
been
and I
really
sleep
bad
in.
at eating breakfast.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I
It's
haven't.
just a lot going on.
I'll have maybe like a snack, like a protein shake or something. But I haven't really been eating my first meal of the day until like this week in quarantine, especially until like 1-ish in the afternoon,
Oh wow, that's super late.
maybe 12. We'll just call it intermittent fasting. Sure. I'm not doing it intentionally.
Yeah, it just happens though. That's how it shakes out. Yeah, I usually eat at like 10 or 11. Like I get to work and then like got food.
Cyrus, I do not have a team of people cooking my food. I have some very, very kind workmates who are helping deliver food if I run out. Had my first
That's
resupply today. Got some fresh eggs from chickens that my new coworkers own that were just laid this morning. Very excited to have those tomorrow for breakfast. Yep. Or brunch, whenever I eat. Okay, so we have your initiative scores. So once again, and just as a refresher, the way we do combat here, we're not doing 1 by 1 by 1. However, for the dynamics of this one, I will split you into the groups of 2, which makes sense because Bomb, you're on the ceiling, Druid crafting away some leaks. So you and Kendis are going to be in a team. So you would be able to coordinate and work together on that. Marlowe and Fenn, you are the fastest. You're going to be the most responsive in this one because Marlowe, you saw those gnolls. So you will be able to kind of team up and respond first. However, that first gnoll did get the jump on you. So that first one, throwing itself at the window and reaching a very furred, muscular arm through the window is going to try to take a swipe at you. Actually, it's going to try to go in for more of a bite. Half climbing through the window, which of course, thankfully, is too small for it at the moment. But that is going to be a 17 to hit.
Probably. Hold on. yeah, it does.
All right. So go ahead and take 5 piercing damage from that first bite.
Do I have is uncanny dodge a thing?
That sounds cool.
You are a rogue, aren't you?
I am a rogue.
So go ahead and remind the class what the rules for uncanny dodge are.
On a reaction, I take half damage.
Yes. So half damage.
So 3.
Rounded would be 3. So go ahead. You used your 1 reaction, so it's 1 reaction per round. Just as a refresher, if we have any new to D&D folks out there. So use this round's reaction to reduce that. So you only take 3 piercing damage then. Excellent. Now, with that one, this gnoll is now like half of its upper body is sticking through the window, and it's just salivating, looking at all of you with these wild eyes. The other ones are now surrounding. They're not going to attack yet, but they have begun to surround the cabin. You have those 4 now. Another one is starting to come towards another window that's on the opposite wall, and you hear them moving outside. What do you do? What do you say? Bomb, you see this. This is probably your first real indication that, oh, hey, we're under attack now.
Wait, no, I don't have Uncanny Dodge until 5th level.
Then that'll be 5 piercing damage, my dear.
Yep.
No.
That'll be 5. Okay. So, Marlowe and Fenn, what do you do?
Stab it in the face immediately as a reaction. See it coming through the window.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. As like an immediate response to it taking a chunk out of Marlowe. Go ahead and roll for your attack.
That is a 22.
That hits.
So that is 6 damage.
It howls in pain as you draw blood from its jaw, kind of slicing through the corner of its mouth, elongating its kind of horrific grin there. Excellent. Marlowe. Fenn, do you have any other actions? Do you have movement?
Oh, no.
Do you have... Okay. You're just staying on guard.
Yep.
You feel this sense of excitement bubbling up within you, and when your arm darted forward to make that thrust, it almost moved of its own accord, and you feel this sense of glee, almost tasting the blood yourself that is now trickling down the side of this gnoll's face. Marlowe.
A crossbow in the face.
Crossbow to the face. Go for it.
Yeah.
Roll
Do
your
I
attack.
get advantage because it's engaged with Fenn?
What, sneak attack, you mean?
This one is a little bit tricky because it's half hanging through a window. I don't know if I can say that it is properly engaged with anyone at the moment.
Okay.
Not this time.
Okay.
There will be other opportunities, but not this one.
24 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
8 damage.
8. Excellent.
I feel like so much happened in the space of that. Like there was like a face punch and then like a crossbow and yeah.
Pow pow. So you have this crossbow bolt. Where does it hit?
Oh,
It's now sticking out of its shoulder, neck, something. You probably caught it in the shoulder, and it snarls even more in pain as it now
I probably aimed for the muzzle.
aim for them. Ah, ooh. Okay.
No.
I mean, that's definitely a hit. If from that close range, if you rolled that high, if you're aiming for the muzzle, you probably shot it like pretty well.
Straight in the nose.
Yeah, you shot up its snoot. All right, well that's
Nostril shot.
that Noel's definitely snarling in pain now, and he very with like a burst of strength just pushes itself out from the window to fall back for a moment, but just for a moment, as now you hear the other one of the other Noels ripping the door off of its hinges, and they are starting to enter the shelter itself. Bomb, Kendis.
Who's first out of us two?
You can decide. You can decide which one goes first. You can decide if you're going to do something in tandem. You have another Gnoll who has now ripped the hinges off of the door, and they're starting to enter in. Bomb, one that you can hear from your vantage point, because I think you're still on the ceiling, is starting to climb on top of the shelter.
Got any bright ideas, Timbersmith? Before I start casting some...
Timbersmith just sort of lays his hand lightly on the wing, and you feel this kind of energy go through you.
Ooh.
It feels like very incredibly natural, like all the sort of herbs come together in one thing.
Uh-huh.
And it kind of runs across your feathers, and I've cast guidance on you, so you can add D4 to any
Very nice.
checks.
That's pretty sweet.
Very nice.
That's also his indication of saying, "Go ahead,
Sweet.
take the lead."
Just to be clear, Scriv, can I cast any level 4 spell in my specialty? So like evocation or...
So you only have access to level 1 and level 2 spells right now. You are level 4, but your spell slots are for 1 and 2, and you have cantrips, of course.
Cool. Let me just double check what this does. Slow, internet is slow. Oh man, it's like when you pause in a video game and like the music's still going. It's just like,
It's exactly like Final Fantasy. If you
Cool. I was gonna do level 2 Scorching Grey.
Very
Wait,
nice.
3 days of fire and hurl them at targets within range.
Okay. Which one? The one who's just burst through the door?
Yeah.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll for that then. This is a ranged spell attack, I believe.
Yep. So got a roll to hit. So that's D20, right?
Mm-hmm. It should be D20 plus proficiency plus your spellcasting modifier.
It's just loading. Wait a sec. Oh crap, that sucks. So that plus what proficiency?
2, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And your spellcasting modifier. Your wisdom modifier.
Oh, that's a 10. I don't think that's gonna hit.
What was it?
10.
Misses.
Yeah,
Misses.
no,
It's
that's
actually
really bad.
because of the very quick and swift blows of justice that Marlowe and Fenn dealt on the first knoll. This one was ready for it, and this one is wielding a spear. So it was able to duck out of the way, and the scorching ray just shot past him into the dark, into the night outside. Is there anything else you wish to do? Oh wait, what is guidance? Does guidance help with
No
attack rolls or just damage or checks?
damage.
Okay.
Just ability checks.
Okay.
Damn. Okay, never mind. Yeah, time for me to just flutter back out of the way, I guess. I'll take the high ground and hang out with Bomb up here.
Flutter out of the way. Alright. As imagining a little sparrow that just kind of flutters and then clings onto the side of a wall somewhere, like just kind of
That's literally what's going on
perches
there.
up there.
Bomb's still doing the spider climb, so we're both just like...
Spider climb is still active.
Yeah, it
Spider
is,
climb
yeah.
is definitely still active. So at this point, you have one who is through the window, one who is now inside through the door. It used its action to rip the door off its hinges, so that one's not going to attack. One is on the roof. Another is now forcing its way back also into the door, behind the first one with the spear. This one does also have a spear. It's going after you, Kendis, for firing that last scorching ray.
Cool.
That is going to be only a 13 to hit with the spear.
Right.
I think that may miss with a 13.
I
Maybe.
can't find my armor class. Sorry, give me a second.
That's okay.
Where am I gonna find this on my sheet of things? I might have to rework this out. Sorry.
Armor
Scriv,
class, it depends on the armor that you're wearing.
Oh yeah. It's
And
just
your
like
dexterity
armor.
should be involved as well.
Yeah.
So if
Scriv, I didn't miss my go, did I? I didn't miss my turn.
No, it's all good. I'm just
Your
being
turn was casting, or is guidance a cantrip?
It's a cantrip, yeah.
Oh no, you still have, well, that's casting a spell. Do you have any sort of bonus action or anything else you'd be able to use? Are we going to consider cantrips bonus actions when it comes to battle?
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
It makes combat a bit more
It's just
fluid.
a buff,
It
isn't
does, no. Because a cantrip is going to be something that's very, very simple. I would say if it's not something that... We may retcon this, but I think right now if it's a buff kind of cantrip, I
Yeah,
would
it's-
call that a bonus action. Because that would
It's
be
just a
like
gesture,
taking a
yeah.
potion as well, you know? So
Yeah.
no, I would say you also still have an attack action.
We'll wait for the gnolls to go and then I'll I'll do it.
Yeah, we'll see if this one hits.
Yeah, sorry, I do not have my armor class written down, which is really embarrassing, but I've
That's
deleted
okay.
it somehow.
What kind of armor do you have?
It's just like leather, eh? It's like Kendis is like leather.
So that
Singlet.
should be like 12 plus your dexterity. What's your dexterity modifier?
2.
2? Okay. Armor class 14.
14, yeah.
Yeah.
Same as mine, yeah.
So it misses.
Any of us wearing like more than leather armor?
I don't know. I mean, just like yeah.
We're all just rocked up wearing our leathers.
Yeah.
I also have 14.
Yeah.
Do all of you have 14?
No, I have because we had homebrewed mine a little bit
Yeah.
because I'm wearing studded leather.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're wearing studded leather.
I
Because
got
with
hide,
your
but it's still
background.
14. Yeah, still 14.
And if you have a higher dexterity, you would have a higher,
Yeah.
a higher armor class as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so that misses. That's fine. Bomb, go ahead and use your attack action.
Yeah, so I'm going to use Earth Tremor level 2.
Whoa! Okay, so let's
Which
describe
is-
that one.
He basically, within a 10 feet radius of any direction, so he's going to cast it straight into this knoll beneath me, and then to the other one in the door, and maybe even the one that backed off from the window. I don't know.
Is this going to affect the party as well?
No, I can channel it. It says
Ah, okay, okay.
in a direction. So, like basically, like a bit like when I was leveling out the ground earlier. It's kind of like a channel of kind of like disruptive earth shaking.
Earth shaping.
Yeah, each creature in the radius must do pass a dexterity saving throw.
So what's the radius?
So it'll be a channel of like 3 feet. So I send it off
Okay.
into like a pathway of like the earth tremoring,
Okay.
basically.
If it's
All
a
the earth
3,
coming up.
so unfortunately the wording for this one does matter. If it's a 3-foot radius, that means it is emanating from you. Or does it say in a line or in a cone? You know the way that D&D describes
It
spells.
says,
Let's say earth tremor. Is that what it's called?
yeah, it says 10 feet, but it says 5 feet diameter portion. 5 feet diameter portion.
You
So I
cause a
guess
tremor
10
in
feet
the
long,
ground within
5 feet
range.
wide.
Ah, okay. So you pick a point where
Yeah.
you're casting that spell, and
it
from that
emanates
point,
from it,
it
yeah.
radiates
Yeah, that makes sense. That
in a
makes
10
sense.
foot. Yeah.
So I'll pick the point where outside where the two are. One's coming through the door. So not the one that's attacked Kendis, the other two, basically.
Okay. In a 5-foot
one.
diameter portion. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So you can catch 2 of them there.
Yeah.
Because there's a first one that dodged the attack and another one that tried to attack Kendis coming in from behind the first. So go ahead and
So
they need
they've
to
got
make
a-
dexterity saving throws.
Yep.
Perfect.
Fif-
Okay.
15 is the pass rate.
Okay, let me rearrange this a little bit. All right. First one rolls a 10.
Nope.
That's a fail. Second, ooh, snap. Rolled a 17.
Yeah, that passes. So one takes 9 damage.
Okay, 9 damage.
And it's not, and that's prone as well. That one
Ooh, and prone.
knocked over. Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
prone.
the other
Got
one's
it.
just not affected at all. It says.
Yep. The other one is able to kind of keeping low to the ground, maintain its footing, seeing the first one begin to struggle. Okay,
And that's it. Yep.
that's good. So at this point, the one that's on the roof and with a snarling kind of growl starts to pull back the planks and the shingles on the roof to try to get in, to drop in from above. It is using its action to do so. And you hear others. Fenn, since you might be closer to the window now, you start to hear the footsteps of others coming up as well.
Oh gosh.
So they are literally trying to tear this place apart. to get inside, to get to all of you. So the first one that attacked you, Marlowe, it is now coming back from a different window. Trying to reach in. You're probably not standing too close to the windows yet though, but it is tearing things apart. And let's see, other ones that have come up at this point. There's going to be a longbow shot coming through to aim at you, Fenn. Through one of the now vacant windows that was right in front of you. No other one has come through that window before. Or again, we'll say. So this longbow shot is going to be a 16 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And that is a 1d8 plus 1 piercing damage. That'll be 8. 8 piercing damage.
Nice.
You start to hear a hyena-like cackling outside. Cackling and barking. No others are going to attack yet. However, one of the windows more Marlowe and Fenn to your right is now starting to come apart, and they are going to start climbing through once more. Marlowe, Fenn, you're up. So we've got you, a couple of the gnolls, and then Bomb and Kendis. It'll be your turn again.
How far away is the one that hit me? It's used the bow, right? So it's outside.
It's outside. A shot through the window.
Nice.
But you still have 2 gnolls in front of you inside the shelter, and one of them is prone from Bomb's very handy Trevor.
Yeah, even though I want revenge on the one that got me, I think it's more useful to get the ones in the place of us. Yeah, I'll just attack with my sword again. I'll go for with prone. Does that mean that the attacker gets advantage?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Nice. Well, that first one was better anyway. That's a 23.
Definitely hits.
Nice.
And that's 7 damage.
Good. Okay. Stabbing into it. It's still alive, but is now howling in pain and trying to climb back onto its feet, which it's not able to do just yet, especially now with you bearing down upon it. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nah, just Stig stood, just sword in its shoulder.
Yep. Marlowe?
So, looking out the other window, do I see any gnolls who happen to be in a sort of clump, like a group?
So, well, the only other window has gnolls now destroying it and climbing through it. There are 2 windows. One is empty, and the arrow came through that one. The other one to your right has gnolls, 2 gnolls outside of it.
The one that the arrow came through, are there, like, any gnolls outside of that?
If you were to look through, you can see a gnoll with a longbow in the distance. It's within sight.
Okay, I want to shoot at that one.
Okay. Go for it.
Uh, 20?
Definitely hits.
9 damage.
Ooh, nice. Nice. Okay. Yep,
Because my crossbow is a hand crossbow that's on one hand, I have 2-weapon fighting as a bonus action. Does that count?
Okay. 2-weapon fighting is usually dual wield.
Daggers.
You have daggers. You have 2-weapon fighting. I'm not going to require that both weapons have to be the same weapon. And since that is a feature that you have unlocked as a rogue,
I also have that one weapon that I acquired from the sailor before we left, but I forget what that is. Because they had outfitted all of us with weapons.
it
But
should be in your inventory.
Oh, from the watch, you mean? From the
Yeah,
rain?
yeah.
The Baxi, I think it was.
Did you take one
think-
of the weapons? You got the sea glass.
Yeah, I think I
Amulet.
had taken like a rapier, perhaps?
Yeah, I think you did. I think
Yeah.
you remember you saying that.
And
Yeah.
it's got a dagger. I can't remember what everyone else picked up specifically, but I do feel like you got a weapon. So yeah.
I'll have to add that in. But I want to turn on my heel, take one of my daggers, and throw it at the other window.
Okay, with the 2 there. So the one
Yeah.
that is closest,
Mm.
it's not the one that originally attacked you. That one
Yeah.
is behind. But the one that is closest is now in danger of getting a dagger to the face. So go for it. Roll your attack. Actually, does that count as an offhand attack if it's thrown? I think it does. For that second one, I think you just don't then add an additional.
Add the bonus.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just don't add the extra bonus for the hit. I don't think.
I think it's
Yes.
just straight roll.
It's just a straight roll. Yep,
17.
hits.
Miracle dice.
Seriously though.
7
17
damage.
hits. 7 damage. Excellent. Okay. Yep, 7 damage. Very good. Okay. So with those 2 now, the one coming through the window, it has torn enough off before you were able to hit it, using its full last turn, to now climb through the window, and it is going to dive at you. It's going to bite and attempt a grapple to pin you to the floor. And the knoll behind it was actually giving it a boost up to push it through the window to give it additional force. That is going to be an 18 to hit.
Me?
Yes, an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
With a bite and a grapple. That is going to be... Oh, no, that's a D8. That's not a D8 for this one. That is only 2... I'm sorry, 3 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I would like you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, as it is tumbling into you to try to pin you down.
$19.
19? You're good. So you are not grappled. It does knock you to the ground, however,
So
but
I'm
you are
prone.
able to... No, because you succeeded your saving throw. So it knocked you down, but you are able to land in such a way where you're kind of rolling out of the way. It did get a good bite on you, though.
Okay.
So that's good. The one behind it is now also going to climb through the window. And make sure I keep track of all the knolls here. The one on the roof is now starting to peel away the tiles. Bomb and Kendis, it's your turn. You can actually see gaps in the roof now above you, Bomb.
There's knolls above me.
There's one on the roof that's now ripping apart the roof to get through.
I reach through and try to just touch them anywhere
Okay.
and cast Charm Person.
Okay. You are able to. You can reach out and make a grab. Go ahead.
Yeah.
For this, since it's not quite so easy as just boop, because it's an unwilling, I'm going to say go ahead and just do like a sleight of hand kind of check, just to
Yep.
work your arm through there and reach out and just try to touch them, whether it's a grab or a
17.
tap. 17? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so,
Wisdom saving throw.
yeah. Charm person. Let's pull that spell up.
It says humanoid, so I
Yep.
assume gnolls are people.
Yeah. Uh,
Well, you know,
yeah.
There's humanoid.
Are gnolls considered?
Bipedal.
I think
they're
is there
bipedal.
there's charm monster, isn't there, though, as well?
They're medium humanoids.
Yeah.
They can communicate.
Yeah.
So that is going to be. They can. Wisdom saving throw. That's only an 11.
Yeah, that's a fail. Yeah.
That's a fail. So, if it fails the saving throw, it is charmed by you until the spell ends or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. The charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. When it ends, it knows it was charmed by you.
Which one was that?
That was one on the roof.
Okay.
So, you cast that spell. How does your magic manifest visually?
It's like for all my lack of charisma, when this creature looks at me and stares into my eyes, it can almost see like the roots of its people. It's almost like its ancestry comes back to it, and it sees like we were once kind of one with nature, and not this kind of like warring race.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Okay,
aggressive
that's
creatures.
deep.
Yeah, but that's what it feels all of a sudden, and it temporarily loses all its will to like attack.
Yeah.
And like be aggressive.
So the claws, which were with incredible strength, ripping apart those shingles and boards from the roof, suddenly relax, and it pauses. And you've given it a momentary existential crisis. But it's not attacking anymore.
No.
Until it receives damage from one in your party, it will not attack. It is charmed for an hour.
What do you think?
That?
Sorry, Jen.
Would we know that, like, not to attack that one?
Not unless Bomb tells you.
But what is this perception of us getting attacked? If it sees me as a friend?
It's not one of those things where it's not command. So it's not necessarily going to fight against you, and that doesn't mean that it considers the others enemies. It is just not hostile towards you.
Yeah, okay, makes sense. Yeah.
And it's on the roof right now, so it can't fully see what's
It's not
going
control.
on.
It's not control.
It's not
is it?
control. It's not command. No.
Okay, cool.
It's chilling up there.
Yeah.
It's just chilling. Yeah.
It's confused. It's very confused right now. It's
That's
like,
one
why
less
am I
thing.
doing this?
Exactly.
Just having an existential crisis in the middle of a fight. Wait, what?
Use those spells. You gotta use those spells.
For sure. Cool.
And that's it. That's my action. Yeah, that's it. Actually, I probably would come down from the roof as well as move action.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. You can
Yeah,
do that.
because like I'm not worried about this one anymore. I can see it just stops doing what it's doing. I know it's worked. I drop down like a spider
Nice.
in the middle of the hut.
Cool.
As creepy as I can.
Love it.
Very creepy. Giant hairy spider.
Giant hairy
That's
spider.
creepy, man.
That is
That's weird.
Strong visual.
That's-
Is it Kendis's turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
So something was coming at you with a spear, eh?
Yeah. So two of the ones, one that is now climbing up and it's under attack, but it's trying to get to its feet from Fenn. That one has a spear, and there's another one at the door who tried to attack you previously with a spear.
Okay, cool.
And there's also one who has knocked Marlowe back and is now in there. So you have got 3 gnolls in this, what is becoming a very, very cramped space inside now.
I'll go for the nearest one and do like a kind of sliding thing to get under it and like grasp its ankle and use shocking grasp if I can.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So the one that would be easiest to do that would be the second one with the spear that attacked you before, because it also resisted Bomb's earth tremor.
Yeah.
So the door would be behind it. So I would say you would be able to, if you pull this off right, slide underneath grab its leg, like slide underneath its legs, which would actually put you in a position to be closer to the door.
Yeah.
As well. So for this, go ahead and roll for your attack.
That's a 15.
That's a 15.
Do I need to add any modifiers to that? No, that's not it. That's just
Shocking gross.
Be spellcasting modifier.
Yeah, that's your
if it's
spellcasting modifier.
Cool. So 19.
Okay.
So I'll hit that.
I will allow that. Do I want to make you do a dexterity? Yeah, do a basic dexterity roll as well. Just to see how gracefully you can do this. You're gonna hit him.
That is 14 plus 2 modifier.
Okay, you're able to do that. The gnolls are much bigger than you. They are. So you are able to, using your wings initially to propel you down, you are able to dive and slide. I'm imagining you're now sliding on your back, and you cast Shocking Grasp. So go ahead and roll the damage.
Yeah,
And you're able to...
that's a 1d8. Do I still get that buffer from bomb or not?
Yes. I think guidance is still in effect. Because it's time-based.
It's only ability checks though, so it's not an attack.
Oh, I thought it affected damage as well.
No,
You would have been
just-
able
just
to
a
add
bit.
it to your dexterity roll if you
Oh
needed
well, I
it.
would have got it.
Yeah, your
anyways.
dexterity.
Okay.
Yeah, you would have got 18 dexterity, but yeah.
There we go. Bomb's guiding definitely helped that go through.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's a 4 damage then.
Okay.
On a hit, target takes 1d8 lightning damage and can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Oh, that's good.
Ooh. Okay. No reactions until next turn. Okay. But it can still move.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, it is now going to attack you in kind. Because you were able to slide through. It is going to attempt to stab down on this tiny bird thing that just caused it pain. It's going to attempt to stab down upon you with the spear.
No,
Yes.
I don't want to be a chicken kebab.
Oh no! Oh, that's exactly what it's going to be thinking too. That is going to be a 14 to hit.
My armor class is 14. Doesn't
Yeah.
match.
Damn.
Damn.
That one matches.
Damn.
Pain.
That is going to be a 6 piercing damage.
Okay, cool.
Ouchie, 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 ouchie.
Gets you right in the side there.
Kebabbed.
Yeah, kebabbed. You've been kebabbed. Okay, so with that, Longbow is going to be firing again. Since it was able to hit you once, it's going to go for you again, Fenn.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So much damage before.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 to hit.
Yep.
Damn.
6 damage. Piercing damage.
2 arrows in me.
Gonna have a Boromir situation here.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Hopefully not.
So
Oh,
not. Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'll make the speech really
Ow.
good. Don't worry.
And let's
Hold on a
see, who else do we have? Another one through the window, the one that had attempted, or that had boosted that first gnoll
Yeah.
that attacked you, Marlowe. The same one that both of you had attacked initially.
Heckin' rude.
Heckin' rude. It's going to now also try to, well, no. It's getting too crowded in there to climb in. It's just going to be kind of snarling and now running around to the front to see if it can get through. You've got Kendis right there, you know. So it just boosted its buddy up. Now it's going to run around, and it is going to, yeah, also try to attack Kendis. Because it's a small shack.
Save me.
You're right there in the door. That's only an 8. Only rolled an 8 to hit there. So I think that one misses with another bite attack. It wanted some of that chicken kebab.
I'm too tasty and attractive to die.
I love Okay, Marlowe and Fenn, back to you.
Alright, this longbow has to go, so with my
Yeah,
sword
so
still
you've
pointed
got,
at the...
just
Very much
to
so.
put everything in perspective, you have one on the roof having an existential crisis. You have three. You have three in here. Fenn, one of which you had attacked while it was prone. It is now starting to try to clamber back up. You have one who is stabbed down on Kendis, another one who is technically outside, but also trying to bite at Kendis, and one behind you, Fenn, who was attempting to knock Marlowe to the ground. So you've got two in front, and it's pretty cramped. One behind. And then you have technically two outside. So in total, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gnolls now.
Oh, that's so many. Yeah, with my sword still pointed at the one it was before, instead I'm gonna turn to the window, look, and throw an Eldritch Blast at the one that's shot me twice.
Oh, yes. Yes, use that Eldritch Blast.
Let's hope it hits.
Let's hope it hits.
That is a 14.
That's a 14. Just
Nope.
misses. It just misses.
Ah. Darn. That one's gonna shoot me again next turn. I just know.
You can move.
Yeah, is there anywhere I can move where I'm not in, like, the view of the window? So that I can't
You
be shot?
can try to climb out of another window. You've got a gnoll right behind you. You can't really move inside. It is now so crowded and cramped. It's kind of hard to move without running into a gnoll. You've got three in there with you.
Yeah.
It's not a big space.
Yeah,
So
I don't
you
think
can
there's...
shift around. You can do some sort of dexterity thing. You can dive out the window.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, it would be nice to dive out the window that,
To your right.
So yeah, the other way, so
Go for it.
I can't be shot.
Okay.
Watch how this is a terrible dexterity roll and I just bump into the wall. That's
Just impale yourself on the top.
I would say because of how much of the window has been destroyed, you would be able to use your movement to climb out of that window. It's not going to be an excessively strenuous thing for you. You'll just have to do it quickly, and you will take an attack of opportunity as you're passing through melee range of the gnoll that knocked Marlowe over.
Oh, in that case, it's fine.
That doesn't mean it'll hit.
No.
There's which one is an opportunity attack to count as a reaction, because one of them doesn't have any reactions. Don't know if it's the same one.
No, it's the one that attacked Marlowe through the window. It's the one right
That's a
behind
shame.
Fenn.
Yeah. No, I'll just stay in here. Cause an opportunity attack from that gnoll. It's the same as I'm only leaving to avoid being attacked by a different gnoll. Gnolls up the wazoo.
Too many
Too many
gnolls. That'll be the title for this episode. Too many gnolls.
All the broth.
All right. Marlowe, you have your turn still, right?
Which is the one that I had struck with my dagger?
That one is outside trying to take a bite of Kendis's feet.
And there's one right next to me?
There's one that had dove through the window at you to bite. So that one is going to still be bearing down on you.
Can I bonus action disengage with that one?
Yes, you can.
And go for the one in the window because I want my dagger back?
So you can bonus action disengage. You would have
Towards
to... I will say this, with your movement, because it'll be tough to kind of now crawl through two of the gnolls to get to the one that has your dagger. You can go out the window and run around.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
can do that. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm not going to make you do a dexterity roll for that because it's all torn open. If a gnoll can get through it, you can get through it.
Yeah.
So you're able to use your movement to go around. I would say this does elicit sneak attack damage because it is currently trying to bite Kendis.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your attack.
So I want to pull my dagger out and then drive it back into it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
17 plus something.
Hits. 17 hits.
8 damage. Oh wait, plus sneak attack.
Yeah.
I was-
Wait.
oh my god, the tension was killing me. I was like, what's going on?
So 8 plus 4, 12.
How do you finish this one off?
Hey! So I pull my dagger out of it and then drive it right back into exactly where it was and
Ooh.
turn.
Oh!
And then dig in further and then rip it out.
Okay. Yeah. Knoll 1 is dead. And it is no more.
And
Well
I kind of
done.
just wipe my dagger on its fur. Like, I'm like,
Yeah, that one's dead. Well done.
Good job, Marlowe.
Yeah, very, very good. Okay, so the other ones that'll move before Bomb and Kendis, that one's gone. The one that was being attacked by you, Fenn, since you didn't attack it in turn, it is now back up on its feet, and it's going to, rather than a spear, because close quarters, that's a little awkward, it's going to try to take a bite out of you.
Yep.
For what it's worth, I hope it doesn't hit you.
Same.
I'm just gushing blood at the moment.
Yeah.
I rolled a natural 16 without adding anything to it.
Yeah, that hits.
That hits. So a bite, that's just going to be a d4, plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
That is 3 piercing damage.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just going to continue to try to bear down on you. The good thing is, it is standing up in between you and the window.
I'm still above half. It's fine. I'm not.
You're
I'm not.
fine! You're fine! You could take so many more attacks.
so many! So many more.
many.
Well, luckily there's so many gnolls.
Plenty to go around.
No house party, that's right, Cyrus. The one on the roof One of your green witch spells that you can use, it's a first level thing, is photosynthesis. You can heal yourself. You can't heal others, but you can heal yourself.
Okay, that's cool.
This would be like a healing word kind of thing.
Is that a bonus action or not?
No, that's an action. That's an action.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
That would be
Probably we
using a
should-
spell slot.
Probably we should pick up some potions of healing at some point.
Yeah.
Well,
Damn,
if you had stopped at a certain town, you may have been able to.
Mistakes were made.
I'm just gonna use a two weapon fighting, two daggers basically.
Is
my
two-weapon
card-
fighting a feature that you have? I don't think it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, actions in combat, two weapon fighting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think
Yeah.
the second
Druids have
one.
that, yeah.
That's right. I think the
Two weapon
second
fighting.
one is just like the
Yeah.
offhand again. It's not going to be quite the same as the rogues.
No, it's got no bonus.
dual
No,
wield. Yeah.
it's just my second dagger. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna.
I think your original second attack then earlier, Marlowe, may have actually. It could have been more. I think it could have been more damage. We'll go back and reattack that, and readdress that for next time.
16, first one.
16 hits. Which one are you attacking?
The one that's on Kendis, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
I was on near that one, and a natural one on the other one. The other dagger.
Okay. So you've got that 16. Go ahead and roll
Yep.
for damage.
You just fumble.
Well, it's just bloody useless, to be honest. Oh, that's a 4 though. 8 damage actually.
Yeah.
And that one dagger.
Okay, that's good. It's still standing, but it is struggling now. It's absolutely struggling. As
Thank
it
you.
turns around to now look at you with blood dripping, small bolts of bits of electricity and static still kind of going through its skin from that shocking grasp, and it is now going to very painfully make its way towards you. Because it is its turn next.
Mhm.
That is... it's only an 8 to hit.
Nope.
That one doesn't work. Okay. Now the rest of the gnolls. Marlowe, that one that came through the window at you, it's not going to attack you. Because you disengaged and went around and killed its buddy.
Yep.
Bomb, it's going to go for you, Bomb, because you're right in front of it.
Mhm.
And in this sense, if they both moved in towards you, it would get flanking. I should have been giving you guys flanking.
Flanking. Yeah,
So
okay.
when you and another party member, a friendly ally, are both adjacent to, you would get advantage on the attack rolls. But you'd have to be both engaged in melee range
Okay.
with it. So actually, Kendis and Bomb, I don't think you are both in melee range of that one who was bearing down on Kendis, because you were using Bomb previously. You were using more of a throw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or did you move in to close that distance?
No, I stabbed him twice with a dagger. Yeah, I was hand to hand.
Well, in that case, that second dagger attack that you got a natural 1 with, you would have been able to roll with advantage.
Right. Okay. So
you
try
want
it then.
to go ahead and do that. Let's retcon that one, because I should have, with these close quarters,
Yeah.
pack tactics kind of thing do come into play. You get flanking.
However,
Does
that
that-
works to their advantage too, doesn't it?
It does. It works
Yeah.
to both of your advantages.
Okay. Does that not alleviate the thieves, the rogues kind of ability then, to get advantage on?
Rogue can still
Stealth attack.
disengage. Oh,
I can still get sneak attack.
yeah.
I
you
mean,
still
like
get sneak attack.
that.
They don't get extra
Okay.
damage. They just get advantage on the attack.
Okay.
So that counts for you folks as well, though.
15 it is.
15, that hits.
Okay. Only 5 damage.
5 damage. That is enough to kill that one.
Oh,
How do
great.
you finish that one off?
Well, the first dagger, it goes into its roundabouts its neck. It's kind of like a collarbone area. I withdraw that one, and the second one I kind of bring down underneath and sort of slice it across the stomach.
Very good. Very good. Okay, so 2 down. Because I realized as those 2 were going to close into you, that's when it kind of triggered in my mind. Wait, no. They would be getting advantage, which means you would have gotten advantage on that previous attack. So I did want to be fair with this one. So with that, there is only 1, I think. Oh no, 2 live ones in the room.
There's one on the roof, and then one with the longbow outside.
Yep, there's one with the longbow outside. One who had climbed in and is now going to be attacking you, Bomb. And
Yeah,
then
the other one's
Fenn,
passive,
the other one
isn't
that
it?
you were fighting, that you had stabbed down, that one is still alive. And then you have the passive one who's confused and going through a crisis. 9, 10, 11, 12. That is going to be 15 to hit.
Yeah, that's hit, yeah.
That hits. So this one does not have a spear, so this is going to be a bite attack.
Okay.
It's a little bit trickier to keep track of all of this when you're doing theater of the mind. In person,
definitely.
you'd have like your battle map and everything. I'm
all right.
I'm trying to still maintain, like, try to give you guys a good mental picture of who is where, though. I'm
We would
hoping
have
I'm
wee
doing that.
minis.
Wee minis. That needs to be a thing. 3 piercing damage
Okay.
from a bite attack there.
That's like 2. Okay.
This is a tough battle.
This is a tough battle. So the last one, because the other ones would have been dead, Longbow is going to move back a little bit more, try to get a clear shot on Marlowe, and then Marlowe and Fenn, it's you. That was a natural 20
Okay.
with the longbow on Marlowe. So that is going to be. I double the amount of the dice rather than rolling the dice twice. That's how I do that one. And then add the modifier once, so that's a 4, so that'll be doubled 8 plus 1, that is going to be 9 piercing damage.
How far is that? No.
It is probably about 30 feet away.
Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, the Hellish Rebuke again. Yes. Yes. So this is an automatic kind of thing,
Reactional
right?
thing, yeah.
It's not arranged.
No, it's a reaction that I
Reaction.
take in response to being damaged by a creature within 60 feet of me that I can see.
Roll your damage. Classic Marlowe.
It's a save, so
Ooh, that's right.
it's a dex save.
Okay. What do they need to beat?
14.
They only rolled an 8.
So
This is
you
gonna hurt.
take 2d10 fire damage.
Would you like to roll that one?
I very much would.
Because Longbow Knoll has not taken any damage yet.
No, so this is ideal.
That was a
Keep
9 and an 8.
Oh, crikey.
Ooh. Once again, you have that fire just enveloping it. It's still alive.
Retcon.
What are you retconning?
Oh,
Can I cast this using a second level spell slot?
Does it say you can?
If you have
It
spells,
says at higher levels, I can cast a spell using
Alright.
a spell slot.
you don't
Yeah.
have spell slots though.
How does that work?
If your class was one that had spell slots, you would be able to cast it at a higher level.
Okay.
But because
Oh,
you
yeah.
are a rogue,
Is there any ongoing fire damage with it?
So that's I'm not sure.
Hmm. No.
for Hellish Rebuke, it's like a burst of that infernal flame. I don't believe it catches fire in that way.
Right.
Because it's not a natural fire necessarily. But you still
Yeah,
did
so that's-
17 damage.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
much did I
Huh.
take?
9.
Yeah, you took 9 piercing damage from that one.
Okay.
Okay. And I think with that, we are back to, because that was just a reaction, Marlowe and Fenn.
Yes.
Yep.
It's your turn. Your collective turn. What do you do? Fenn, you are still locked in combat with this one in front of you. The one behind you has gone for bomb. You see 2 dead gnolls in front of you. Marlowe just got hit with a longbow, but Hellish rebuked the heck out of that other one. Right now, there are 3 active gnolls in combat.
It was just like a burst of green flames outside.
Yes.
So what would you two like to do?
I mean, Longbow needs to go.
Yeah.
Longbow has done so much damage to all of us.
Hashtag Longbow needs to go.
Yeah. Longbow needs gone. Seeing that he's shot Marlowe, and even after the Hellish Rebuke is still standing, I think Fenn will try and chuck another Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
Hopefully this does a bit better.
Kind of aiming around the knoll that is now in front of you, you can kind of shoot out the door.
You're just like, I'll deal with you later.
That is
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's a dirty 20. Good.
Ooh, that
that's better.
hits. That hits. Go ahead and roll for your damage. Depending on what you roll, this might do it.
That's an 8.
Oh, nice.
Yep. How does this one die? Describe it.
I'd say Fenn's Eldritch Blast is a very, like, oily in its color and texture, like black with like the iridescent shimmer on it.
Like, what's it called? Oil spill?
Yeah. That's sort of the flavor of a lot of Fenn's magic. Even the prestidigitation has that sort of shimmer to it, I think.
Awesome.
And so, yeah, that just sort of envelops it.
Very good. Very good. Is dead. Okay, Marlowe, what do? You see one that's still locked in melee with Fenn, one that's attacking Bomb. Longbow is dead. There is another one that you've seen coming down from the other side, because you don't know that that's been charmed. It's the one that was on the roof, but it has come to circle around and is now walking towards you. It doesn't see your whole party as friendly. It just sees you as friendly Bomb. So this other one, seeing you locked in combat with its gnolls, which it still considers, you know, comrades, it is going to start coming towards you, but it has not attacked yet. So there are 3 that are alive.
Has Bomb conveyed this?
Not yet.
No.
Hand crossbow to the one coming towards me.
Okay. Roll for your attack. You had the opportunity to yell out earlier, Bomb.
Yeah. I just.
It stayed out of the
It's
way
not-
until
it's
now,
not-
though. That's good.
Yeah.
24.
24 hits.
Nine damage.
Very good. All right. Kind of staggers back and slows a bit.
Bonus action to weapon fighting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Do it.
19 the hit.
Yep. Hits.
8 damage with a thrown dagger. Same one that I threw at the other gnoll.
Nice. The no blood makes it extra murdery.
Okay. Oh, snap. Snap. Wrong thing. How much damage was that?
8.
8. Very good. Whew. Looking rough. Looking rough. As it takes that damage, it kind of blinks a few times, shakes its head, lets out a snarl, and looks directly at you, Bomb. Because of course they know when they've been charmed. And honestly, when the charm spell would have worn off, eventually it would know.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. The ones who would have moved between you folks and then Bomb and Kendis have died. So Bomb and Kendis, you're up.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. The one in front of Fenn would have, the original one that burst through the door, that would actually take an attack. And then Bomb and Kendis.
Yeah, so what's left? Where are we at?
Yeah,
Bomb
the
is
one.
still-
Yep. So Bomb, you've got the one who attacked you. There's one in front of Kendis, and then there's just the one who is no longer charmed outside. Everyone else is dead.
Cool. I guess I'll just try and hammer away at this one with Ray of Frost again. Let me go.
Which one? The one closest to you is the one attacking Fenn.
Yeah. Can I get in there?
Yeah.
And help out.
Yeah.
Well,
Go for it.
one sec. Where's my page?
While you were doing that one, it did roll a 17 against you, Fenn,
Okay,
Cool,
that
Dan.
hits.
with the spear.
Cool. That's 15. Does that hit?
15 hits. 15 just hits. Its armor class is 15. Very good.
And then just a 2 damage.
2
Or
damage.
whatever. Every little
Got it.
helps. Like,
Oh, it does. It is looking rough. Fenn, you took 2 piercing damage from that spear attack.
Nice.
Bomb, what's up?
Daggers, I think, again.
Go for it.
The one obviously that engaged with me. Is Kendis still flanking me then?
Kendis is
Yeah, well,
close
She,
enough.
she hasn't. You haven't moved, have you?
no, I'm still where I am.
Yeah.
Does that count as us attacking, being in solidarity then? I don't know.
Yeah.
You're close enough. I would say you're both within melee range of this one, so yes, roll with advantage.
17
Hits.
Yippee.
Hits.
on the second dagger with no bonus. 15.
Good. Both hit. This one has not taken as much damage, but the other 2 that are alive are very, very close to death.
3, 4, 7. 14. 2 7s.
You remember what I said about this one not taking much damage? How do you finish that one off?
Yee.
I kind of almost like simultaneously attack with both daggers, and I kind of like stab it both here in either side of its throat, and
Okay.
like kick it back,
That
and then
works.
leave it on the floor basically, next to Kendis's
Dead.
3 feet.
It is dead. Excellent.
Nice.
Oh wow. There are just two left, and both of them have already taken their turns. We're back to Marlowe and Fenn. You have the one behind you, Marlowe, and Fenn, the one you've been kind of locked in on and off
Constantly.
combat with. And these are the last 2 of the 6 gnolls standing.
Well, it's time for. I've been distracted with my longbow
Yeah,
friend. Time
the
to
whole
get my melee friend.
Your blade is thirsty
Yeah.
for
if-
blood.
Because Kendis is also stood here, do I get flanking?
You do. You do. You're in close
Sweet.
enough quarters with this. You do.
Everyone basically back to back, just
That's a 22.
Hits.
And that is 7 damage.
How do you finish it off?
Just a straight sort of stab right in the throat. Straightforward.
Clean.
Clean, yeah.
Cleanly.
Nice.
You finish it cleanly.
Clean, neat.
Very good. That one's down. Last one. Marlowe, would you like to do the honors?
So I'm gonna run towards it,
Mm-hmm.
grab the dagger out of it,
Again.
slice at it with my other dagger,
Okay. Roll for
and that's
your
my first
attack.
attack.
Yeah, roll for your attack.
23.
Hits. These dice, man. Are these weighted
7.
dice? 7. How do you finish it?
So I pull that dagger out and I slice it with the other one, and then like jab at it with the one that I had pulled out.
That's really good imagery.
It's really good imagery.
Yeah, just
that's
Yeah.
Like a
cool.
flourish.
Yeah.
With that final, graceful yet deadly flourish, the last of your gnoll attackers slumps down to the ground and falls in a a hairy, bloody heap. And you have survived this combat encounter.
Just crikey.
Well, it's a good thing it's the end of the night. We can take a long rest, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Can
for
take a
sure.
long rest in this now very, very damaged.
I guess it's been
Wait.
raining the whole time, eh?
It has been raining
Yeah, I was
the
like,
whole
how's the
time.
storm?
It has been raining the whole time.
Does it smell like wet dog now?
It
Oh,
smells
no.
like
Oh,
it's
no.
nasty. It is not a good
Like
smell.
wet soil.
You
the
may
dog.
not want to rest here. It
Oh
is
my
still
God.
raining. However, the lightning and thunder has started to subside. But this is probably not a comfortable place to rest for the night. But you did survive. How's everyone doing with their hit points?
I'm at half.
I have 2 significant stab wounds.
You would be able
Yeah.
to take a short rest to use some hit dice if you
Yeah.
want to.
I'll cast Goodberry as well
Very
as
good.
a level 1 spell. It makes 10 berries appear. Each restore a hit point.
Excellent.
Oh, cool.
So I distribute them amongst the most desperate, I suppose.
Kendis just like nom 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 nom. Liz.
Various goals.
What did you get
so,
down to, Kendis?
12. I was about halfway down. Yeah. Like 2 more hits and I would have died, basically.
Oh
Wait,
my
wait,
gosh. Yeah, Kendis could have all of that.
Okay,
I'm on 22 of 41. I'm
Oh,
okay
nice.
in comparison.
I give
Yeah.
Kendis.
Kendis just sopping
10
wet, like
berries.
sadly eating berries. Like,
Yeah.
oh, thank you
Sad
kindly, Timbersmith.
Man, I could have thrown a couple more
Well.
knolls at you.
Mm.
You still had plenty of hit points left.
I'm gonna use, well, that's happening. I'm gonna use 2 hit dice.
Okay.
Oh, nice. That almost gets me all the way back up.
I think Bomb would transform himself into a gnoll, as in like disguise self,
So thank
so
you.
that so that if any more strayed across the sort of like place we were traveling, they probably wouldn't approach.
That's not a bad idea.
That's a good idea. I'll do the same.
I
A
do
pair
like
of
that.
knolls.
However,
I've got a disguise spell too, eh?
Have you?
hold on.
Have I? Oh no, maybe I haven't. Never mind.
So for
Oh.
disguise self,
Hmm.
you can't change your body type.
I
You would
mean, I
have
thought
to
that was
adopt
just
a
limbs.
You can appear 1 foot shorter, 1 foot shorter or taller, and you can appear thin or fat or in between. You can change the look of your clothing. However, this isn't like a major illusion kind of spell. You can't
Oh, is it not?
change
Alright.
your form. It's a first level illusion, but disguise self. You make yourself, including your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings on your
Oh.
person, look different until the spell ends. So you can look like, we'll say, Marlowe. You can make yourself look like Marlowe. You can make yourself look like another humanoid. And even though gnolls are humanoid, that would probably be a bit more because they're humanoid, but their bodies are a different kind of form still. Disguise, that might be a little bit too much for a disguise self.
It says you can change your body type, so you must adopt a form that has the same basic arrangement of limbs. Otherwise, the extent of illusion is up to you.
Okay. Yeah, you can't,
So if they've got-
change your body type.
Yeah. Okay.
That one
So
might be
that's-
a little much. Because they are still... They're still a gnoll. You know, they're still gonna look different.
Then I shall use wild shape then. And look like a giant wolf.
Okay, you can do that.
For the similar purpose, to like intimidate anyone who thinks about approaching.
That's a
Okay.
good idea.
An 8-foot wolf, basically.
Yes.
They're pretty fucking scary. Oh, scary. Damn it.
Family friendly.
Sorry.
That's okay. There shouldn't be any children of this.
It's about 11 o'clock at night. Anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. So, I will only ask one or two of you, if you wish, to roll a simple survival check to see if you can find shelter from the storm, from the rain and the now calming storm.
I'll roll.
Someone can assist if they wish, which would be adding your modifier to this roll.
I rolled an 18, but I could just add my modifier under it.
What'd you roll? What did you roll?
18.
Oh, I got the same roll.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. We go
Between the two of you, you are able to find a cavern. Not too far, but far enough where you have some comfortable distance between you and the dead gnolls and the ruined waypoint. You find a cabin that once you enter it, it actually opens up to quite a sizable cave. It is dry. It is, from what you can see, uninhabited. And looking back into the depths of the cavern, it looks like it could continue on a bit deeper if need be. But you have a place, you have a shelter that for now is safe. You can go a little bit farther deeper into the cave, so you're not right at the mouth of it, to give yourself another little bit of room between you and whatever may be out there. You know that gnolls will often travel in packs, but it seems like that group, at least, is not going to be causing any more trouble.
I think I'd use, when we enter the cave, I think I'd use Druidcraft to make that little small tremor further down to see if it disturbs any sort of
Okay.
bears
I would
or anything like
definitely
that,
allow
just to make sure that nothing's down there.
I think it might be a good idea to, because you can make difficult terrain as well.
Yeah.
To do that at the entrance, just
That's
as
a
a
good idea.
like.
Could definitely do that.
Yeah, so I've got to raise almost like a, not like a wall, but like, yeah, well, kind of like a wall, yeah. I'll bring the land up a little bit at the cave
Okay.
entrance, yeah.
Excellent. Yep, you're able to do so.
Make it look like
easily.
no one's entered, basically.
It's kind of like rocky.
Yeah, make it look like no one's entered.
You are able to do so easily. So with some preparations over the next several moments, 10, 15 minutes, however long it takes, you are able to fashion some difficult terrain at the front of this cave entrance to deter or at least slow anyone who would be attempting to come in, anyone or anything. And sending out your tremors deeper into the caverns. What's the range on that?
Where is the tremor thing? It's only 5 foot cubed.
Okay. I would say you'd be able to spend some time to try to send that out and then sense. And right now it seems like it is just you within this cave.
Okay. I trust it.
I want to set a trap behind us, like where the cavern like goes further,
Yep,
just as a means of like precaution.
absolutely. So there are some more kind of stony outcroppings there. It does go further back, and if you were to walk farther down, it does kind of narrow as it descends deeper. underground, and it kind of twists around, so you can't really see much in there, but there is a descent. But you are definitely able to lay a trap. What kind of trap do you lay? What do you do? Is it an alarm kind of thing? Is it?
Yeah, like a tripwire.
Okay, you can do that. I would say you've done this before.
Yes.
And you would easily be able to, with some string.
I've disarmed many a trap. Surely I could
Disarmed
figure out
many
how
a
to
trap,
make
and
them.
surely you can do this. And you've done this kind of thing before.
Yeah.
So I would say you would even have like some tiny silver bells or something that would
In my little
create some sort
toolkit.
of noise, from your toolkit, that would alert you to anyone or anything that could potentially trip the tripwire. So it is safe, it is quiet. You're even able to, if you wish, set a bit of a fire to try
can
to
do that with
find
Druid
some
Craft as
warmth.
well.
Yeah. To try to find some warmth as the rain continues.
Dry our clothes a little bit.
Dry your clothes.
Use
tend
prestidigitation
to your
to warm our
wounds.
clothes a bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. You can schwick that water away in kind of a process with prestidigitation as well.
Yep, for sure. I will help with some fire cantrips. Get
Excellent.
everyone cozy.
So between the fire crackling and the rain continuing to fall outside, but starting to slow a bit now, it's still coming down pretty consistently. Hear another low, distant rumble of thunder as the storm continues to move. But you can now take a well-deserved long rest after that rather unexpected and brutal encounter.
Damn.
And that is where we will end.
Ooh.
Unless there are any last little bits of conversation. I think you all probably need
I'm
to recover
exhausted.
a bit. Yep,
Are we just going straight
That's
to
some
sleep?
encounter.
that is where we will end. Very good.
Level 4.
Well, you're already at level 4.
I know.
Level 5. Level 5.
I would say you're very close to level 5. Not quite yet, because it hasn't been that long since you leveled up to 4 in terms of
No,
in-game.
not really.
But we'll see
No,
how the
that's
next
true.
session or two goes. All right. Well done.
That was fun.
Well done, folks.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
For a
great.
minute,
Fun's a
when,
word.
when they all started coming in, I was like, oh no, we're actually not going to make this. Like, someone's actually going to get hurt. But I don't know. That was quite intense.
Don't went down.
I think you probably could have handled a couple more.
Maybe.
But that's
yeah.
just me having fun invading your space with gnolls.
That was.
All right. Let's take the stressful music away and get something nice and cozy back now.
Yeah, let's relax. Oh my gosh.
There
That was good fun.
is our favorite cozy song.
Well
Well done, everyone. Chapter 2, episode 4, complete.
Nice.
Well done. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Viewers out there, you did get to see a little bit more of our, at sometimes on the fly, home brewing. I think a lot of the rules as written tend to be a little bit clunky when it comes to combat. I much prefer having initiative groups or having the party work together as a team. I think that
right.
it does help combat to flow a little bit more smoothly, especially when you don't have a map and you are doing theater of the mind. If you folks have other opinions, feel free to share them, but that is how we play our game.
It was also so silly that there are things like fearbogs, these giant creatures, have the same walking speed as everyone
Oh,
else.
yeah. Yeah. Why is that a thing?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
It's silly,
So
it's silly.
thank
It's
you
silly.
very much to the players, to our heroes around the virtual table. Thank you to the chat. Let's go ahead and do our outros. Anything interesting to share?
I've got I'm filming the sign language tutorials next Friday
Oh,
for
awesome.
the game for Inspirars. with
Very
my
cool.
my two deaf colleagues. One's Katie and one's Rajni, so they're excited about that. We've got
That's
a
awesome.
studio booked and everything, so that's essentially the last element of the game, really, before it's all wrapped. And we can actually release it then.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Excellent. And next week, we have session 0 of an Inspirals
that'd be
upcoming
great.
campaign next Thursday on this channel, probably a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
And we'll figure out the timing. Keep an eye out on the Twitter and the Discord. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. So there's a question from the chat there for you, Marlowe. Or Jenn.
Same
Jarlo.
thing. Yeah, so I am, you can find me on Twitter at Jenn Peig. I do the art and the illustration. Commission me for things, emotes, portraits, etc.
Frog stickers.
Frog stickers, sticker designs, I do those. You can also find me every Thursday on the Geekly Inc. channel playing a Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign, as well as tomorrow, Fridays, I am on a mini-series of Aliens RPG. My character has been promoted to captain, so that's
Oh, nice.
new. We are trying to get out alive. We'll see how that goes. Yeah.
That's pretty
Excellent.
sweet.
Very good.
How did you get promoted during like the
because
greatest
our
day? Was
captain
it
died.
someone died? I was
Yeah.
gonna say that.
There was a vacancy.
Yeah.
Default. Yeah.
There
Right.
was a field promotion. Oh my goodness.
That's funny.
Sash, Kit?
Yeah, as usual, not doing too much. Exciting. I don't know.
You're doing lots of exciting things. It doesn't
I,
always have to be like project related. You can
Yeah,
just
for
share
sure.
something
No, I'm-
cool that happened to you.
I'm currently spending a lot of time hiking up mountains in Canada, which is pretty awesome.
Real life adventurer.
Yeah, for sure. Having a good time.
Mm.
I just finished some of the art for Inspirals for Rich, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, other cool stuff is happening eventually. I'm not allowed to say anything.
No.
But yeah, no, that's it. I don't know. I'll do stuff again eventually. Tea Light Press is taking submissions, I think, until the 23rd. So if you have any
Excellent.
poems, prose, flash fiction, check out Tea Light Press on Twitter. That's it. Yeah, I'm good. I'm happy.
Excellent. Thank you. Kit, anything to share with the class?
Not much really, just the usual art stuff going on Twitter and Instagram, and Mondays I do my mostly pirate themed these days streams, although last time it became a Furby somehow.
That was incredible. They messaged me during the campaign and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Furby.
Yeah, how Pirate Mondays became make a Furby a D&D adventurer, I'll never know. But
That's
usually
so
it's
D&D.
pirates. This Monday it may or may not happen. It's my birthday, so we will see whether I have time to throw a stream in. But yeah, that's it really.
Excellent. I've got stuff. Started releasing some teasers and hints that each one of these wonderful people are also involved with. Gonna continue to drop little breadcrumbs here and there until about first week of June. Then you're gonna start to get some bigger breadcrumbs. So that's a thing. Aside from that, back to streaming. I'll be back with some chill creation next Tuesday. And possibly some random gaming in between, because I still have a few more days of quarantine. And then, Inspirals Session 0 next Thursday. Very, very excited for this special edition to come out. I was very honored and happy to write a little bit of a short story for the special edition of Inspirals, so that'll be in there. Also, for Bard Commune, starting to get that ready for alpha testing, but I have a lot of life admin stuff that's going on. I'm finding a place to live because I am now in Belgium in that quarantine. So hopefully finding a house in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, the big announcement is coming soon. I may have dropped a hint in my bio on Twitter. Go find it. But that's about it. All right. We never played the intro earlier, so we just rolled right into it. So we are gonna go ahead and at least do the outro properly. So with that, thank you everyone for enjoying or accompanying us on this adventure. Hopefully you are still enjoying it. Keep adventuring, keep scribbling, and we'll see you next time. Good night, folks. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Roll the music.